Ladies and gentlemen, the time is here. We are officially live. It is right around the corner. The U.S. men's national team kicks off their 2026 World Cup campaign against Paraguay. We are here. This is a PHNX Rising podcast special edition World Cup 2026 Watchalong. I am Max, the Adman Simpson, joined by Owain, the Oracle Evans.
Football.
This guy sucks.
Football.
You are not a fan of us today. We are all allies, and this is a hater right here. But I am joined by my buddy, who is all U.S. men's national team, Rees, the Rees Goodall. How we doing?
We're doing good. You know, this is what we've been waiting for 4 years. Technically 3.5, but who cares?
Let's go.
We're here now.
We're here. We are here. Shout out, by the way, we are live right now at Philly's, their Scottsdale location. Shout out to our presenting partners. We do have our friends over at Casamigos, Buchanan's Whiskey, and Don Julio 1942. Wherever you are supporting this World Cup, no matter where you're watching it from, have an incredible drink to match. Shout out our friends over as well, Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026, and the U.S. men's national team. That is here. That's what we're talking about. Enjoy 21 plus. Please enjoy responsibly, guys. It's crazy. I feel this is one of those things. We did it on the watch along yesterday for Mexico's match versus South Africa, which was it was something. It was definitely a match that was played. We hope that at minimum,
a lot of those,
3 of those, as a matter of fact. We hope at minimum
more
this
than
one
successful South African passes, to be frank.
We hope at minimum this one's going to be a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more fluid. How do we think this one is going to shape up for you? The U.S., right? A lot of pressure. Being the home team, you look on paper, they're favorites against Paraguay, but as we know, it does not matter because this match is not played on paper. It's played on the pitch. And SoFi Stadium has not been kind for. Oh, sorry. Brand redacted. Los Angeles Stadium has not been kind to them. What do we feel?
You really love this World Cup for that, don't you?
Oh,
you
gosh,
really do. It's the
best.
most Max
It's
Simpson
no free ads.
thing going.
It's no free ads. Let's go.
Absolutely. Max, come on. Let's. Are we going to go with the score predictions or?
We're doing it right off the bat.
Yeah, I'll give mine out.
Start off.
The U.S.'s expectation in this game, just quite frankly, has to be a win. Right? They're more talented than this Paraguay team. Losing or drawing would be a disaster. But my prediction is 2-1.
I think they're a more rounded team than the Paraguay team. And I would agree. The pressure is all on them, and that's where kind of my question is, right? It sometimes takes a little bit of time to settle into tournaments like this, especially when you come in with that pressure, right? And can they take their moments when they come? That's what we're waiting to see, really, here. And so until I see them do that, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here.
Okay.
Today.
This is tough because I was kind of going back and forth between both of your results. The cynic in me, I don't want to get my hopes up. I want to protect my heart, my mind, body, and soul with a 1-1 draw because this is a frustrating Paraguay team. We know that the U.S., right, I feel they will get the first goal, but it's can they get that second? And I'm not so sure. And it's not due to a lack of firepower, but it's due to there are times where the deeper you go into a match, even early on in the tournament, it's going to test your mettle. But I do then see Rees's 2-1 prediction and the optimist in me, even the realistic optimist, dare I say, I am rolling with a 2-1 victory as well. 3 points to start off U.S. men's national team campaign.
The thing to note here, none of us have predicted that the U.S. will keep a clean sheet tonight, and they haven't in the last 8 games.
I do not trust that.
Not only that, but you've got an old guy in the back there in Tim Ream. We'll see how he keeps up, but he is now setting a record.
Not going to be exposed in any shape or form. They're going to protect him. I mean, they have one of the best left backs in the world in Anthony Robinson. He's never going to be left on an island. If he was the right center back, different question. Left center back, he's going to be fine.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into it, right? We do have the U.S. men's national team, their starting lineup. You got Matt Freese in goal. Bit of that 5 in the back hybrid system. Center backs Tim Ream, Chris Richards, and Alex Friedman. Then, of course,
you have to double-check that first name.
There's a lot going on. A lot of Freemans, a lot of McKenzies, all in there. We have Jedi Robinson on that left wing-back flank. Serginho Dest on that right wing-back flank. In the middle, Tyler Adams, Weston McKenzie, Christian Pulisic, the poster boy, the one that everyone's going to be turning to, deputizing along with that Malik Tillman in that kind of attacking mid, and then Florian Balogun ends up with that number 9 role as we expected. That is your starting 11. we're talking about Tim Ream and being right, the very much, hey, this is, I believe you said,
oldest
the oldest
player to ever play for the U.S. at a World Cup. Yeah.
And again, this was the Tim Ream where people were saying, hey, a little bit of a surprise in some ways that he was there 4 years ago, I guess 3.5, during the last 2022 World Cup. This is a much older Tim Ream. This is a 38-year-old Tim Ream who is not only starting, who is the captain here. Gosh, I love it. I love this sport.
And playing in MLS.
I love this sport. Let's go.
And playing in
MLS. That is clearly a cause of concern. Rees, when we look at the rest of this lineup, right, whether it's the formation, whether it's the personnel, overall, not too many other surprises in my mind. Feels relatively strong. And if you're looking at not only your best starting 11 in terms of talent, but in terms of how everyone fits together, outside of the Tim Ream, which we have some concern over, I don't really hate the rest of this.
I agree with you. And I think a large part of why I like this lineup is because of Pochettino's decision to switch to this fluid back 3, 4, 5 that kind of goes through the phases of each one depending on where they are and what they're doing on the pitch. And I think it also it gets the best out of Anthony Robinson because it allows him to be more creative. It also allows Serginho Dest to be far more creative in that right wing back, really more of a right winger role.
Yes.
That's what Dest is known for, and that's what the U.S. has lacked for in Copa America when he was injured. They've lacked that creativity from that spot. So I'm really excited for this team.
Yeah. Anything else to add?
The other thing I guess to add there is that Paraguay are not a good goal-scoring team.
Yeah, and
really. Worth really noting that going into this one.
And that effect is only going to be worsened by the fact that, yes, Julio Enciso is starting this match. He's not 100% fit by any stretch of the imagination.
But the question is, and this is really where the question is, he may not be 100%, but where is he below that scale, right? Because they've been talking for a few days now that he's actually a lot better than they first feared, right? When he first went down, they feared he wasn't even going to be playing, maybe in the tournament, let alone tonight.
That just means they've injected him with so much horse tranquilizers. He is just on so much drugs right now to make sure he can play this game. And I think if he's on any level
but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, we're saying this, but we don't really know. Until we see him play, we just won't know.
He's not. The point is, if he's not 100% fit, I don't fear him as much as I would. And
I would agree.
He's a good player. He's not a great player by any means. That's why he didn't make it in the Premier League. That's why he's with Strasbourg now. He's a good player. He's not a great player. And I back the U.S.'s ability to slow him down and stop him.
My question I will say on that one, though, again, is that even if you're not at 100%, sometimes you can push yourself to 100% for a shorter stretch of time. That can happen. Now,
then you don't have to worry about him in the second half.
It does, yeah. Well, maybe they sub him off in the second half. But if he gets it done earlier, then that's where the question is.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? You look at the Paraguay team, right? As we're talking about Miguel Almiron, easy, obvious threat there. A couple other guys, right? There's some depth there a little bit, right? You do have a Diego Gomez, bit of a standout.
Not Phoenix Rising's Diego
Gomez. Different Diego Gomez. That's deep.
Oh, the other Diego Gomez.
Other Diego Gomez,
yes.
Plays for Brian, a little bit of a standout there. You do have a bit of that, we say there's a lack of goals there, but you do have a bit of that attacking sense. There is a bit of that speed in the midfield. It comes down, to me, right, I think you look at the kind of the keys to victory, how these teams are going to win. For the U.S., I think it's going to come down to can they retain the share of possession and really being able to find the field tilt within their own half, within their own attacking third. Paraguay, can they hit on the counter and expose, again, a slower back line, especially down Tim Ream's channel?
Here we are.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nothing else to say. SoFi looks beautiful, I can't lie.
The brand redacted
stadium.
You're right.
Los Angeles Stadium. We don't have to.
We're here, boys.
They changed the name.
Man, oh man. Let's go.
We're underway. Kicked right into the corner.
Yeah, doing the PSG.
Kick right into the corner. Is there anything else?
Gimmick, absolutely sick to my stomach. That's the game there. Paraguay is going to win this.
Rees, you have strong views.
I hate that.
I know you do.
I know you're just going to press them to death now.
I know you hate it, yeah.
But here's the thing. If you're, I don't hate this strategy in the sense of if you are the U.S. where you think you're going to win the field tilt, throw it up and just win that field possession.
Max, apparently we're being given something here.
Yeah, who organized that? Well, We got two things. First off, again,
explain it to me, Max. What are we drinking here?
shout out our friends over at Michelob Ultra. Also, shout out friends over at Don Julio 1942. Owen, you want shot first or beer?
What are you doing? I'll do this. Go on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. And refreshing.
And on the beers.
And the beers.
Oh, Tim Ream, please don't mess that up.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, that early free kick, they did not settle back in.
This is
well.
one
No,
where,
they did
again, there's a lot
My word.
nerves.
Yeah.
Hard to tell, at least from the crowd, because, again, if you are a neutral, if you are not tuning, if you are watching the World Cup for the first time, first off, welcome to our stream. But if you are thinking, hey, it's in the U.S., there must be an overwhelmingly home crowd. Well, they're very much, there's a lot of aspects of this crowd in the stadium. It's going to be U.S. heavy in a lot of ways. But number one, the U.S. is often either away or outnumbered in certain sections, but also Paraguay travels well. So let's not think if you are a neutral, you're tuning in for the first time. This is not one where, hey, it's going to be a deafening 90% U.S. crowd. This is not the case. So
It's also harder to tell because they both wear the same home shirt.
That's also pretty true, right? But, hey, you want to be able to settle the nerves down, get the game under control, especially with Matt Freese, right? We talk about the inexperience there at the international level. Do your thing, settle down early, quiet. I don't want to say quiet the crowd, but get it on your side.
I will say, you want to talk about them traveling well as well. One thing worth noting is their first World Cup since 2010. Okay, these things do play into it. This means something. You saw the send-off they got, right?
Good.
The fireworks, and finally a ball through.
That was
the finish
such a good passage of play.
It is a good bit of build-up play there. The finish not quite there, but if they can keep replicating that,
Yeah, I mean,
the US is going to have some fun tonight.
McKennie running the half space, terrible marking of anyone there.
Weston
Closed down as well, though, I'd say, on the defensive to not give him a great look at goal.
Yeah.
But
you can't allow McKennie to
It
get
is
that.
overly
No, you
simplistic,
can't.
but this battle is going to be won in the midfield, and Weston McKennie, he could be that difference maker. He is excellent on that second ball.
We've got an offside
offsides.
called. Yep.
He's excellent on that second ball, and if he is able to overrun and overwhelm the speed of the Paraguay midfield, I think to me that is the key of the game, because if not, if the U.S. loses the battle within the midfield, it's going the other way, and Paraguay with speed, they will threaten.
Yeah. I tell you what, we probably should have waited on the shots until they got the first shot, which did just happen.
I mean, we're a little early. That's okay.
That's life.
Better early than late, and better late than never, all right?
There we go.
Former USU.
Yeah.
There's the comment as well, by the way. Danny McAuley, the referee today from the Netherlands.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. What
What about him?
Well,
yeah,
just
what
leaving
about
it
him?
there.
It's just that? That's
Yeah.
all?
Are you saying
No,
it's
you gotta
a
have
conspiracy against the U.S. is what I'm hearing?
Why is it a conspiracy against? Is it
It's
because
the
you think you look at the
Netherlands,
Paraguay
yeah.
flag and think not too dissimilar to a Netherlands flag?
Okay.
I wasn't going
This
that.
actually,
I mean,
Max is an idiot. He's not that big of an idiot.
that's crazy.
oh wow, okay, fair.
A little hurtful. This actually should be established, by the way. I mean, Reese and I are obviously very much cheering for the U.S. men's national team. Owen, we do need it stated for the people. Do you have a dog in this fight? Who are you rooting for?
I'm going to stay as a neutral.
I hate
I
this.
think that's
This
perfectly
guy's-
fair. I'm just hoping for a good game of football today.
I just hope everyone has fun. And you want to draw? Of course you
I
want
don't
to draw.
have to watch every game and
That's
care
a red
about
card.
who wins.
Get him.
Why
It's
do
a
I
red
have to?
card. Get him.
Do you watch
It's a red
every
card.
game and care who wins?
Yes, I pick
I
a team.
mean,
I pick a player.
yeah.
South Africa. I like the Mofo King, so I wanted South Africa to win.
Well, yeah, and you were dead wrong
Last night, in South Korea, Czechia, I like Lee Kang-in, so I wanted South Korea to win. Today, I don't like Jesse Marsh, so I wanted Bosnia to win.
This is going to be interesting.
So you got a very mixed bag so far, Reese.
Yeah,
As you see in the Mauricio Pochettino system,
clearly one win, one draw, one
you're
loss.
going to notice that Serginho Dest in the top right of your screen, he has license, as well as Anthony Robinson, Jedi Robinson on the other side, to tuck in and allow for a bit of that overlapping run. Now, that's going to really help the U.S. not only push numbers more into the midfield, but also allow them to hit more in that attacking third. However, this is where it becomes so crucial when the U.S. is playing out into the back, trying to break those lines and play into the midfield. If they turn the ball over, this is going the other way very quickly. That is the danger.
We got a super chat from Roberto Calamari.
I do see that. $199 super chat. New to soccer. Who are our best players? USA. Roberto, first off, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat, and appreciate you joining us. We thank you immensely. Reese, start us off. Who are the best players for USA? Give me one.
I'm going to go Weston McKennie here, just because in the midfield, he's the guy who sets the engine, or he is the engine, sets the tempo of the game, runs back and forth all day long. The U.S. just simply wouldn't be as good as they are without Weston.
Ooh.
It's fine. We got Chris
Richards,
another
yes.
guy I could have mentioned there.
And that's an interesting one. I would agree with you. I would say I think he's even one of the more underrated players on this squad. The easy answer would be Christian Pulisic. He certainly has the most star power. I think when he is on and in his form, he really could be one of the better attackers. I'm not going to say in this World Cup, but he could be, I don't know, he could be one of the standouts that this team will go far if Christian Pulisic is on. What I will say in terms of a star player that has really come into form, especially over the last season or two, it is Chris Richards. If this squad did not have Chris Richards in it, who is coming off of a bit of an ankle injury suffered a few weeks ago, we'd be in dire straits. He has the aerial prowess, he can play out the back, and as a center back, he is a leader, has that height advantage. He brings a ton of calm to this defense, and one of the better defenders now, dare I say, in the Premier League.
Oh, Pulisic. Oh, McKennie! Oh, no. Gets in.
Let's go!
Come on, Max.
Woo! Let's go!
Here we go.
USA! 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 Let's go! Woo!
That's a cup goal, Ugly. Get lucky
That's
with
beautiful.
it.
You're
all good.
This is the thing that we talked about for international soccer. It does not matter the talent on the pitch. It does not matter who wins on paper. It doesn't even matter how the ball goes in the back of the net. It could be ugly. It could be scrappy. It's 1-0 U.S. men's national team, and that's all that matters.
You see the two players who created that goal? The two players who created it, McKennie plays it out wide to Pulisic, and
little bit of a 1-2,
so well.
Double move,
back to McKennie,
right back off of it. And listen, if the defender doesn't tap that in for an own goal, that's a tap in.
Yeah,
that's a tap in. One more for McKennie.
Yeah, Balogun should score
maybe
that.
He's got two players on the back post. It does not matter.
That's good.
And
that's
see,
huge.
this for the U.S., this was the perfect recipe. You came in, you had a bit of an up and down. You had a good 3-2 victory over Senegal in the friendlies. You lost to Germany in that last friendly right into it. You wanted an early goal to set the tempo and especially get the pressure off your back. All the pressure that comes with being a host country, being in front of, this team's expectations is not only to get out of the group stage, but win and win. There is a lot of match to be played. We are still only in the 9th minute now, but to get that early goal, my word, does that not do a world of nerves for you?
I think it's the thing. We've said so much, and we said it with Mexico, right? The exact same thing. You go in nervy. It's a home tournament. There's expectation, right? There's been so much build-up to this World Cup on the U.S. side. All the talk of this being the moment for this team. You just needed to get it going. If this team got to the 60th, 70th, 80th minute without scoring a goal, that pressure can sometimes be the difference.
Oh, yeah.
You don't go the whole distance.
Totally.
An early goal just takes the pressure off, and there's the first yellow card. It's coming for Gustavo Gomez.
That's big.
Number 4.
That's big. And especially, this is something that
is what I was.
This is something that I'm really
sorry
curious.
for Juan Jose Caceres. So Gustavo Gomez apparently got a yellow earlier.
I didn't see that.
I don't know, but that's what FIFA's claiming.
Okay.
So I can't say I saw the yellow earlier.
FIFA's never wrong, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, this is also going to be the key point is we figured that after the U.S., especially if they get the first goal, you want to see them hunt for the second, hunt for the third. And so far, seeing even in their committing numbers, they're not deviating from their strategy. That is happening, so I love to see that. Again, we said it earlier, the key thing is going to be, as they commit numbers forward, hunting for that second goal, they have to be able to not get beat on the counter. Little ball, top box. Okay.
This isn't going to work.
I'll give you my take here. If they get a second goal in the first half, the U.S. wins this game.
Oh, keep in mind, too, the U.S. has the height advantage here.
They
do.
In
a lot of positions.
And we saw how huge that was yesterday in the Czechia-Korea game.
Yep.
We did.
It should be U.S. ball, yep. Yeah, that's something where, especially, not only do they have the height advantage, they have a lot of players who they have scored a fair share of headed goals, not just for club, but also for country. You have your Weston McKennie. You have your Chris Richards. You even have guys off the bench who can whip in a good cross or a free kick. So I think that could also be a big difference maker for this U.S. men's national team.
It's a poor crossing.
It is a poor cross.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted the ball there, to be fair to him.
No.
Because he stopped his run.
That is the thing as well, playing this system, is I think you're going to see a lot of these balls being funneled down the right-hand side. Down, ooh, nice little flick. Down
Go
Serginho Dest area. Oh. Down Serginho Dest area, and he is one of the better crossers and one of the better dribblers on this team. So that's what I'm going to be very curious on, if they are able to put in a better final third. Because you can see they're flooding numbers forward, but not only if that final third ball is not there, but especially if it goes back through the midfield, that is where Paraguay have numbers. So you have it's double important to have that final ball be crisp.
We're almost 11 and a half minutes in, and outside of that first 15 seconds, we have not seen Matt freeze once.
No. And listen, I mean, as a keeper who especially has not had as much experience on the international, remember, a year plus ago, he wasn't really, because he was on the radar, but he wasn't a starter for this team, especially for someone who doesn't have that deep years and years of experience leading this side. I think that it's kind of interesting, right? Because if you are not facing a lot of that pressure early on, it's like, okay, I can grow into the game. However, if you do go a long period without facing pressure, what happens as this game goes deeper, as Paraguay gets more desperate, as they throw numbers forward? How do you respond to that? Sometimes, as a keeper, I'm not saying you want to be peppered with shots, but it is helpful to not have those mental lapses where you are going 15, 20, 30 minutes without a ton of action.
He had a very good Gold Cup, to be fair to him.
He did.
Last year out. And obviously that's nowhere near the stage of the World Cup, but he probably has like 3 teammates that carried over from the Gold Cup to the World Cup.
Yep, that's poorly given away.
Ball, Tyler Adams.
Absolutely. And Gianni Infantino is sat next to...
is this man going to every World Cup match?
No, because you can't physically get between all of them.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, FIFA can do a lot of things, but they apparently can't...
can they clone him?
Travel that distance.
Is there a Gianni Infantino body double? Can we confirm?
It's most bald people, isn't it?
Dang.
It's intriguing because he's like 2 villages down from where Sepp Blatter's from.
Yeah, right?
He's genuinely like this tiny little bit of Switzerland is just where all of the power in football has been.
It's kind of crazy.
Over the past however many years.
It's kind of crazy to think that the headquarters of FIFA were there for so long.
Oh, yeah. Well, the headquarters of FIFA, they're still in.
I thought they moved it
to
New York.
They've got a secondary offices.
I thought they moved
but they're still based in Zurich. See, there we go. Gustavo Gomez did pick up a yellow card earlier, confirmed on the broadcast now. I don't know when, but apparently he did. And Paraguay now with the ball up in the U.S. final third. Not a great shot. I thought that took a deflection, to be honest, though.
Might have. So far for those
for
you stat nerds, for those of you watching at home, here we go. You're going to love this one. U.S. 71% possession. Paraguay 29% possession.
Yeah.
USA is losing the expected goals battle while being up 1-0. We have
because an own goal's not going to give you an XG.
I know. That's the illustration of we have 0.04 XG for the U.S., 0.08 XG for Paraguay. Paraguay also credited with more shots than the U.S., 2-1.
Yep.
But the U.S. has had more touches in the opposition box, and I think that has been the key. You're looking at who's the more threatening team. It is the U.S., right? They have more of the field tilt. They have more of the quality possession, and especially if they're able to clean out that up in the final third, they could be dangerous.
It is still 15 minutes only.
It is.
The sample size we're talking through here.
I agree.
And it's not only that, it's the first 15 minutes of the tournament, so...
So you want...
I don't think
Rees, he's a hater.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think
I'm being realistic.
He's a neutral.
I mean, Owain Evans is always going to be a hater, though, isn't he? That's nothing new.
There we go. Out of the mouth of Rees.
There's no part of you that wants to see the U.S. go
Apparently,
far.
Gustavo Gomez's yellow card has now disappeared off the FIFA website.
What is happening?
I don't know if he ever got one or not. I didn't see it. The broadcast eventually said there was one, but the website's now saying
FIFA
no.
World Match feed.
I don't think they know. I don't think they really know.
Yeah, you're looking at The U.S. is shaped like we were talking about. They're pushing those wingbacks high up and wide. There's no surprise there.
No.
Paraguay, they're kind of almost doing this a pretty stout block of.
Oh, there comes the chance. Oh,
Just,
that takes
such
a
a poor
terrible
touch.
touch.
that's a horrible.
If he has a better first touch
man.
there,
That's a goal.
I don't know if it's a goal,
I mean,
but it's a lot more threatening than that was.
I mean, you watch this freeze frame right here. And that ball squirts through. Whether he wants to take it or not,
You
that
just think
better,
he's got
a better
so much
first, a better first
There's
touch.
the opportunity to pass it back into the middle as well if you wanted to there.
That's a. These are the margins. These are the margins that could come back to bite you. Yeah. I'll resume my thought after.
I think if that goes in the back of the net though, and this is again, I said it earlier. I get the feeling if the US goes 2-0 up, I think
Yeah, I don't
it's
see Paraguay
over.
scoring multiple.
I think it's over. I don't see
Ooh, good touch.
Paraguay launching a multi-goal
Good
comeback.
ball.
That's
Head collision.
free kick coming out anyway.
Calling for head-to-head collision. Well, as we were kind of saying in the build-up before that chance, you're noticing how the U.S. right. This is what we thought they would play, and they're going to vary a little bit based on the opponent, but especially for an opponent like Paraguay, where they had a feeling they are going to have the lion's share of possession, look to win the field tilt. They are going to not necessarily push their center backs incredibly high, but they are going to push their wing backs very high, hug the line, and be able to cause those overlaps, allow the likes of Weston McKennie, Christian Ballistic, isolate them out wide, even allowing those wing backs to tuck back in, and underlap and overlap to really cause those overloads, those 2-on-1s on the outside. What is interesting from the Paraguay perspective is they are kind of setting up within their lines. You have the front, the Paraguay's attack in that line of three. Right behind them, about 10, 15 yards out, not too far back, not too stretched, another row of three in the midfield. It's an interesting strategy because unlike what we saw yesterday, let's say with South Africa and Mexico, where Mexico was very much 5-6 guys in the midfield, little less lines defined, more so we're going to swarm to get the ball. Paraguay is more so banking on, we don't want to get beat on a fast break, on a counterattack. We're going to try to win the ball with a bad pass, and because we're set up in those lines of three, it actually does make it much easier for Paraguay to break in possession. If they were all swarming to the ball, there's less space for them, less ability to use their speed. So what I'm getting at is, while Paraguay maybe gives up a little bit defensively by being so resolute within their lines, they are hoping for a U.S. mistake and being able to take advantage of that.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Richards off the pitch now, so however long that lasts, that's a little bit of a worrying sequence. But also, we haven't seen Paraguay, outside of that one stretch, have any sustained moment of possession. And in that moment, or in that stretch, they didn't get a single creative player on the ball. So, I mean, I think the U.S. is just doing a good job packing it in when they have to defend, you know?
No, 100%. And this is the thing I think we were kind of earmarking is, it's not saying that Paraguay can't string a little possession back and that there could be an opportunity for them to break, but I think it really comes down to more of they're going to catch the U.S. sleeping. And to me, Paraguay not building up in possession, I don't want to say it amounts to nothing, but I just don't think that to me is not the indicator. To me, the indicator is going to be, does the U.S. play a bad pass out of the back? They're trying to find someone in the midfield or the forward line. As soon as it finds someone from Paraguay, that's where I get concerned because you then have no cover in front of you. And then you got Paraguay. You're essentially going 3-on-3, racing down.
Richards is back.
Yeah, racing down at the U.S.'s defense.
Yeah, I think you've been a little pessimistic.
Fair.
Kind of. I mean, obviously, like, if you play a bad ball at the back, you play a bad ball at the back and you're screwed. But, like, I just don't trust this Paraguayan attack whatsoever. The quality difference between them and the U.S.'s attack is so vast.
We'll see. I mean, that's going to leave a mark 1 in the chat. Almiron and Enciso are the danger men for Paraguay.
Almiron's old and Enciso. We don't have to score that.
And also that's going to leave a mark 1. McKennie has to be good for us to do well. I agree. He is.
Yep.
I think he was labeled the X Factor last World Cup. I think he's going to be that again, especially in this type of system where he can kind of run, kind of hunt for the ball in defense, create something attacking-wise. It's going to be good.
It's a good little flick there.
Nice little flick.
That's going to go for a goal kick.
Yep. You can see they're building a little something outside the box. It is that final third of can they find the right crosses? Can they find that late running ball? Because you're seeing Weston McKennie. He's getting into that late arriving run that he's so good at, but there's no quite follow-up after that.
Okay.
It's just because they haven't had that moment, or they've had it for like 5-6 minutes without being in the final third,
Yeah.
The game has been played more in the middle of the pitch in that span. And that's, kind of goes back to what we were talking about, that first 15 minutes. Can't overhype it too much, but
Yeah.
Intervention, Adams.
Yeah. Listen, we're now kind of, past 20 minutes. Has this game kind of unfolded how we thought?
Again, if you're the US, you're happy with what you've seen so far. Paraguay haven't been able to create an awful lot. You do know, and I think you have to keep it in the back of your mind of what kind of a team they are and how they want to play. And so it's not necessarily going to be a team that's going to feel like they're on top of you before they get a goal, right? They're the kind of team that are just going to scrap one out of nothing. But you've got the goal, so you've got to be happy, right? As ugly as it may have been, there have been moments as well where the US, again, you think, well, if this one little thing went differently or that one little thing went differently, you're threatening their goalkeeper more frequently then. And again, for the first 20 minutes, you're happy with that. You'll grow into it.
Yeah, and I think, again, the worries I had about this Paraguay side have kind of only been shown within these first 20 minutes. The defensive quality, obviously, that's what they're known for in CONMEBOL. But CONMEBOL right now, we've got to be serious. Ooh. It's not great attacking-wise. It's a lot of teams that are known for their defenses. Argentina, Brazil. Brazil's not very good. We could talk about that all day. Argentina, yes, they're good.
I hear you're not a big fan of that Brazilian team, are you?
They're not good. They're not good. They're old, and the quality that they do have is just far and away from what a Brazilian side should be.
That's fair. Yeah, I think this is one where we want to see the U.S. settle in. Don't get me wrong, the goal certainly helps with that. But, I don't know. I think this is about what I expected. U.S. having the majority of the possession, Paraguay having a chance here or there. But I don't know. If you're a U.S. fan, I think you're pleased. You want to see a bit more of that final third quality. But I think, especially if they didn't have a goal, I would still feel okay, but I'd feel a little bit more on edge.
Yeah.
I feel okay now.
I feel like
the reality is, would you take a 1-0 right now?
A 1-0 win?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You take the 1-0, right?
Especially the way
you don't need to pile on the pressure in this game.
If the way the game is, I want them to push for a second.
You don't want to sit back and risk giving it away, but if this game ends 1-0, that's fine. It's job done.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this is a group, too, where I'm not...
And we get the hydration break.
There we go. Yeah, this is a group where I'm not really...
Let's see if they come back in time this time.
This is a group where I'm not overly concerned on goal differential. I think it's more so pick up the points necessary.
I think also one thing to watch for now, moving forward, the rest of the staff is how this hydration break disrupts it, right? Because that is one thing that we have seen in these games in this tournament. Last night in the Korea-Czechia game, Korea were building. They get that first half water break, and then Czechia is able to slow them down. Today, earlier in the Bosnia-Canada game, similar things happened. Now, it's not like the U.S. is all over Paraguay at the moment, but it's something to, how does Paraguay use this to their advantage?
Absolutely. Well, 100%. I do want to shout again, thank you as well to our partners. We do have Casamigos, we got Michelob Ultra, we got Buchanan's, we have Don Julio 1942. We are here at Phillies Scottsdale location. We got their Casamigos Margarita. They're doing specials, $11 Casamigos Margaritas, $12 Buchanan's Bucanitas, and $4 Michelob Ultras. Drinking them too, Mr. Owain Evans. Here we go. Shout out our friends over at Casamigos, Buchanan's, Don Julio 1942, and Michelob Ultra. Make sure to drink responsibly, 21 plus. It's a party out here. We love doing this. Brings us back to when we were doing this, goodness, 3.5 years ago, 2022 World Cup. It's cool, man. It's awesome.
It's the World Cup.
Let's go.
We love the World Cup.
we said it yesterday. We're gonna double, triple, quadruple, whatever 5x is, whatever that word is.
5 times, yeah.
Is it quintuple?
Quintuple, yeah.
Quintuple, yeah.
What is sextuple?
Sextuple.
What about
septuple,
septuple, octuple? What is 9?
I think it's
Is it
non.
It's non because it's a nonagon, isn't it?
Not
Something
double.
like that?
I thought
Either
it was an
way,
octagon,
we're
I
going
can't lie.
9, 10,
No,
11x.
I don't know.
We're
Drake has a
whatever
brand name,
from
Nocta.
yesterday. This is better than the Super Bowl. This is better than the NBA Finals. This is better than the Stanley Cup. This is better than any sports final. This is the World Cup. This is the world's game. This is the beautiful game. And it brings
It is
everyone
a
together.
It is a nonagon, thank
Also
you.
known as an anagon.
Let's go.
Isn't it? Then is it decked?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's not my forte.
We're going way too deep into
Hey,
this.
we're back in
No one
time.
came here for this.
We are back in
I
time.
gotta
We're
tell
all
you-
here for the football.
Yesterday,
Was
I
it
talked
Decagon?
about how these referee Adidas shirts are woke nonsense.
Yeah.
The teal ones, the teal ones are nice.
Opinion.
Yeah?
The
Yes.
shirts don't bother me so much, although I understand the thing with the name.
Yeah.
What throws me off is the shorts. The shorts having the bright white Adidas stripes
Yeah,
down the
that's just
side.
how-
Sorry about it. No, but they didn't used to. And it makes them look like joggers from a distance.
I don't feel it.
That's what gets me. It's the stripes down the side.
Maybe this is coming
Which
from a
isn't
guy
common.
who 90% of his outfits come with that exact same pair of shorts.
While true, but again, you never see referees wearing that.
Is that Tim Cook? What's he doing there? He needs to fix my iPhone.
I didn't know. Brand redacted. Brand redacted. We don't clap
What
that.
a line. What a line.
We got to
What's he
fix your
drinking, Rees?
brand redacted font. Well, I don't know. What is he?
We're not talking about that.
All right. All right.
Well, I talked about how can Paraguay come back from the hydration break? They immediately play it out of play. Brilliant, guys.
Straight out of play. There we go.
Wow.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, here we go.
False
Now,
Pulisic. You want to see Christian Pulisic go at him. Good find. Rip.
Have a
rip
go.
it. Rip it.
Foul
Rip it.
it's offside, surely. And
He's running off. Score bug's changed.
Anthony's
Anthony's running off.
I think it's a goal.
It's a goal. 2-0.
Is it a goal? Do we celebrate? Let's
Absolutely.
go.
No,
No!
flags up.
No!
That's
He looked,
He
he looked
looked so
offside.
far.
Boo that man!
He did look offside.
He looked
I mean, can you
He looked offside.
He's a
can you
mile
be
off.
any
Earlier
more,
as
can
well,
you be
I
any
thought.
more delayed?
Guys,
Well,
guys,
it's based on the
Turn that party
semi-automated
music
offside
off,
technology.
Mr. Shane. We don't want it. Get it out of
He
here.
is definitely offside the whole way there.
More
Gosh,
importantly,
darn it.
it wasn't Tim Cook, it was Bill Gates.
Now, my expectation off of that, because the way they've been buzzing him down, it was probably waiting on the semi-automated offside.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was definitely off.
It looked like it. It's just so
Wasn't
delayed.
even close in the
My
end.
word. You can even feel the first goal, obviously, no doubt about it, immediate jubilation in Philly Scottsdale.
Yeah.
That was so subdued. You can feel in real
Everybody
time.
knew it was
you
off.
can feel in real time. Everyone was like,
Because everybody knew it was off.
Yeah, but then you see the goal, the score
I
button.
disagree. I don't think
know.
that many people understand the offside rule,
Yeah.
Owain Evans. I think
While true, all it takes is enough people who do understand it to just be that feels wrong and the vibes, you know?
Yeah.
And
Freeman's down.
Freeman's down, yeah.
Good old Alex Freeman.
It's going to leave a mark in the chat. Pulisic looking confident and aggressive.
Yeah.
He doesn't look bad. I want to see him take on a little bit more players, but I think the threat of Christian Pulisic, I think that allows other players to open up. So he's
Yeah, he was doing it a lot early. Kind of took a little bit of a break. And then until that sequence, that was his first action in a minute. So
You're seeing the U.S., they are really trying to play these balls over the top
Well.
into the corner, into those channels where they are overloading, really allowing, whether you have your pick of Jedi Robinson or Serginho Dest or even a rampaging Weston McKennie to go on and run onto those balls. They continue to play it over the top into the corners. They're trying to find those half spaces into the channels.
Panama's just not, or not Panama, that was what ESPN did today. Paraguay is just not going to be able to play those long balls like that. I mean, they're not
No.
even playing them at the feet. They're trying to get Julio Encisa to win.
Well, if you're going to play long balls, normally what you'd expect then, if you don't have the physical advantage in terms of height, is that you're going to look for
Good
things
ball.
like balls to
Good
run
ball.
onto,
They're not doing
right?
it.
First
Well,
time.
second ball or
Oh,
balls to
yeah.
run onto.
Deflection!
That's going to be fun.
There we go. 2-0.
Paraguay, 2 goals in.
USA! 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 Get in, lads. No doubt about that. Florian Balogun with redemption. That first one minutes ago was chalked up to an offsides. No doubt about it this time around. We love it. The U.S.
Anthony Robinson
up to one. What a beautiful ball. That was.
You just leave him so much space in the penalty area, making that late run in.
Yeah.
And it's
And this was.
what you know.
This sounds overly simple, but the quality of having a number 9 that this team has been searching about, they didn't quite have it last World Cup. Josh Sargent, you thought he could be the guy, was injured on early in the tournament. Florian Balogun making the decision to join this U.S. men's national team in between the 2 World Cups. What a world of difference. First time, slots it away. And it was that late arriving run. We've seen it being threatening, and multiple times throughout this match, it pays dividends this time around.
Clinical finish, too, to be fair.
First time. That's what you need.
Something
the thing
that
about
this
it,
team
golden boot
has
instinct.
needed for years and years and years and years and years.
If it wasn't for the fact that I'd said this earlier in the week, you would absolutely tell me that I didn't mean to say this. When you were talking about who the better players were on here, I was going to cheat a little bit and say who I thought was going to be important, and to me it was going to be Balogun, right? This is a guy who has scored double-digit goals in Ligue 1 this year. If the US is going to have success, they need to be able to rely on their number 9, right?
Yes.
To actually put the ball away. If he came out as ineffective in this tournament, they were going to have struggles in terms of getting the goals over the course of the tournament. But again, getting off the mark in this game, huge, big for confidence. We've seen so many strikers ride that confidence over time. If he can keep them coming now, not even just in this game, but just in the next coming group games as well, that does bode well for the US's chances in terms of making a bit of a run here.
Well, and this is really the beauty of now you're in a 2, you're winning 2-0. This is something where you can now see this Paraguay team, even though they want to be shifting forward, they have now completely sat back into that low block. Those lines still a little bit more defined, but you're now seeing that midfield is trying to get clogged. The U.S. keeps on exploiting the space outside and is playing to their advantage.
They're just trying to protect the goal difference, though, aren't they? Because, I mean, again, as we've said before, all it takes really is 3 points to go.
And that's the thing, right?
That is a good point.
It's changed the complexion. The expansion to 48 teams, the fact that they've done 12 groups instead of at one point they were looking at doing 16 groups of 3.
That would have been horrible.
Which would have been horrible. It does change the complexion because if you're Paraguay now in a normal, if you'd have gone back 4 years ago and they were playing and they were 2-0 down at this point, you're probably still trying to chase the game to try and hope you can scrape a draw.
Absolutely.
And then at that point, you open yourselves up more. Maybe the US scores 3, 4, 5, right? Now, that's not the way it works. They want to just not concede too many goals today. If they look at this game and say, right, well, that's done, we just want to protect our goal difference as much as possible, give ourselves a chance, we'll go into the next game, we'll get some points there, we'll go into the game after that and try and get some points there, you can get through on that.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely changes the complexion of how these groups are going to play out. I mean...
But does the US take his confidence there? And that was an odd slide. I almost felt that could have...
I think if you're the U.S.
It's Casey, and this is just idiotic. Wow. They don't know how to play it out from there.
No, they
struggled with that.
You look at their options. They got no one.
They can't play it out to anyone. I mean, they're because they don't have because they have so many bodies back. They don't have anyone forward.
Ooh!
See a little bit of movement there. Playing advantage is played. Advantage is played.
That's a good advantage.
It is a good advantage.
You know, this is if you're the U.S. right now, don't get me wrong. You're happy with 2-0, and as long as you don't do anything to mess it up, 100%. I'm a big guy. Ooh.
Balogun? Nope.
No, it's a weak header.
I'm a big momentum guy, and when you have the momentum, like the U.S. clearly does, pile it on. Pile it on. Do not slow down.
You got to keep the pressure coming.
Absolutely.
I mean, Paraguay's doing absolutely nothing.
They're doing nothing.
Themselves.
Listen, right, this team doesn't look as bad as South Africa did yesterday, I would argue. However, I do think the U.S. actually understands how to punish them in a way that Mexico didn't yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's kind of where the difference is here.
And again, that's the difference between having an attack that's Julian Quinones, Raul Jimenez, and then Christian Pulisic and Florian Balogun.
I'd agree. They're slowing things down here. That's fine. Again, 2-0 lead. Frankly, you walk out here with a 2-0, you're very, very happy.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they can just break through Paraguay so easily. I mean, we saw right there, they played it to Des. McKennie made that run. If Des got that ball a second quicker, McKennie's through, you know, not on goal, obviously, but through for a good chance at creating something once he reaches the final third.
But it's always as well, the thing is it's a mix of emotions in moments like this.
Here. There it is. Play it
you
through.
can easily do that, and they are.
Good ball.
Back in.
Shot deflected.
Comes out. It's going to go for a corner.
They just are not tracking Weston McKennie
Not at all.
No, they're not.
And it's time and time again.
They are so worried.
Even if he's not getting the ball in his runs, he's setting himself up for the next run.
They are so worried about the threat of speed that they are. I don't want to say they're not picking up the later arriving run, but they are saying we are not going to get beat with the speed. So they are kind of saying, well, we're going to leave the late arriving run open, and that's already went to a goal for Florian Balogun. Wes McKennie's also paying dividends.
Set piece again, ole. What do we think, lads?
Let's see.
Got the bodies, you got the guys to do it.
Here we go.
Chris Richards!
Oh, it's a good header, just wide.
Oh, that would have been.
We'll see on the replay now. Let's have a look how much space he
My
had.
God.
There's about 4 players kind of between him and the goal.
Chris Richards, Tim Ream, their run from the back post. Nobody tracked either of them. And if there's 2 guys that you're going to pick out and bank on them being the ones to score the set-piece goal, it's going to be both of them. So I really do not understand what Paraguay are doing. I mean, they look nervous and they look confused. Oh, fair play, Serginho.
Serginho Des taking one right to the face there.
Right to the noggin.
That's,
yeah, a little bit of it.
He might need a save. That's not.
Well, based off what he wore to Messi's announcement that he's leaving Barcelona, I don't think he has a lot in that hat. Have you ever seen that outfit? It's like a full kit Chicago Bull. No, look it up. Look it up. And you'll agree with me.
Let's do that at halftime. We'll do it at halftime. We'll take a look.
Like Chicago Bulls jersey.
You went full shorts. Chicago Bulls. Okay.
But it's not like it's the style of the Bulls, but it's like a fashion brand.
Can we say that? Can we say what Alexi said on the broadcast today?
I don't know.
You another beer?
Can we? Of course, Max.
Are you already out?
No, but I'll take one.
What are you doing?
You know what I'm doing. I'll do the same as you.
He's sipping. All right, hurry up. Drink responsibly. 21 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, here. Wait, hold on.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. If we know anything, is that Max will do anything for the partners.
I do. I'm a
He does anything
company
for the
man.
partners.
And
Company man. I am the ad man. I literally wore an ad man kit yesterday. Let's go.
There you go.
Hey, Max gave me a beer. I'm drinking a beer. That's all I'm going to say.
It's 4, but they're not going to do anything with it.
No, there's not a lot of options for them when you look at it.
No, and then they're going to go long and lose the header.
Yeah,
And
that's the thing. The U.S. is doing a good job at just taking out pretty much any option that they have to pass the ball. You look at everybody nearby.
When was the last time Matt
has someone
Freese
on
kicked a
them.
ball in this game, by the way? That was the first time I think I even saw him on screen.
It's been a while.
Half hour, yeah.
The 2 ways, I feel moving forward, the 2 ways that Paraguay could even potentially threaten are, number 1, U.S. pushes number forward, they have a bad pass, play through the midfield. Number 2, the U.S. gets caught a bit up front, out of possession. Paraguay plays the long ball over the top, and they win in a foot race. Outside of that, I do not see them stringing passes together to actually be able to win possession in a cohesive build-up.
I think their 4-4-2 shape is kind of harming them in terms of their attacking profile. I mean, you look at it, the way Enciso is off the ball, he effectively turns into just kind of a roaming midfielder. It's more of like a 4-5-1, and because of that, they don't have the options when they look to counterattack. They don't have anybody that can be that spark plug.
No.
So I think obviously the U.S. is doing a very good job shutting Paraguay down when they try to break, but they aren't helping themselves.
The U.S. are breaking through there again. Fun fact for you, courtesy of our boy Ramon Chavez, and this one comes from Opta. The U.S. has benefited from 4 own goals in the FIFA World Cup. Only France with 6 has benefited from more.
Esteemed company. We
There
love
we
to
go.
see it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. 4 own goals. I'm even trying to think. Do they count the ever-famous 2010? No, that was a Clint Dempsey goal.
I can't tell you what they count.
Yeah.
Max.
The Robert Green.
I don't
they did
have
not
the
count
full
that.
breakdown.
We don't forget. They don't count Robert Green. That was a Clint Dempsey goal, not an own goal.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the last.
I
last
remember
one.
that game like it was yesterday.
Owen's really sad because again he's rooting for England based on our PHNX
I am
Rising
absolutely
draw.
not.
It is.
The draw begs to differ.
Yeah.
We got that clip.
What a day.
What a day.
Max, do you remember that time Owen drew England?
See, the thing about this that's quite funny is that you boys are actually playing quite well here, and you'd still rather talk about that. And there's a free kick coming out for Paraguay.
Nothing wrong with that. I can do both.
Yeah, fair.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
You'll take that. You got to put them under pressure in those kind of positions.
Yeah, and I mean, if they go long here, U.S. is going to win the header. If they go short,
They're letting the
Blast
keeper take it. They're going long. Everyone's moving up. They're going long.
You know,
right.
you know.
Here we go.
You know, it's interesting for Paraguay, and I do stand by what I'm
Yep.
mentioning. I think there are 2 ways to be able to break through. Are going to be it's either that long ball over the top, or hit on the counter. I think at this point in the match, if you win the ball back, you might need to just pass the ball around just to string together some confidence.
yeah, they need.
I mean,
to.
look at the match momentum that they're putting on screen.
I believe that's based
Paraguay,
off field tilt.
which I would agree. Paraguay's had nothing.
Yes.
If you're right now in Paraguay, invite the press in a bit. Try to play a
These long
bit of
balls
splitting
are
that lines, but
awful.
like you got to build up something. You have
These
nothing.
long balls are awful. They're offering nothing. Finally, a little bit of the ball moving here. Okay, it's NC.
They won the ball well.
because they.
NC's just not for fit.
Yeah.
I can tell that.
No, I know.
But
But there's 3 guys on him there, and he just has nowhere
and now
to
the
go.
U.S. is off
And
counter.
I mean, to be fair, again, this is the NC we've kind of seen with in the Premier League is
Late
you can
arriving
give them
run.
a-
That's coming up.
but it's-
Ooh, good
Puts a
ball.
good ball through.
No one there.
You can't read that angle very well from the
No.
camera, unfortunately. But it's a deflected shot coming back out.
3-0.
The U.S.
That
is
could have
all-
been.
The U.S.
That
is
really
all
could have been.
over.
Have a go.
The U.S. is swarm. Ooh.
Forced outside again.
Alex Freeman is not that guy for step
No.
overs. I do appreciate
it
it,
was a little
though. I do
Phoenix Rising.
I do appreciate it, though.
You picked the player.
Which player would it be to you, Rees?
There's a handful I could pick.
Go on then, give me a list.
Well, one left.
Well, just give me a list.
Darius Johnson.
Darius Johnson, that's the iconic.
Isan Sako.
Isan Sako, that's another iconic.
No one else really does a lot of
Could
step
Alex
overs.
Freeman put away a penalty like Isan Sako, though? That's the question.
That's a good question.
That is the question.
The more they keep getting Pulisic in these one-on-one isolations, not just for this match, I think this allows him to get back some of that confidence, right? He was like, ooh. He's a guy who's had some.
It's just a bit scrappy right now,
He's a guy.
which actually probably
yeah.
suits Paraguay.
Yeah.
But the problem is they don't know what to do with it thereafter.
and,
They do win a free kick there, though.
I think
But
yeah.
they don't know really what to do with it when they win the ball. And again, it's
Who are
just
those
that
two people?
I don't know, but they got wristbands on, and one of them's wearing a Yankees hat. So
Tough.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I'd love to know.
I'd love to know.
Yeah.
Slow, long ball again.
And
I
headed
don't
away.
quite know what they're
I
doing
don't
with
either.
these. You'd have thought by now they'd have realized the long balls just aren't working.
Tim
and there's a
Ream, you
slip.
are so old.
He's very fortunate with that, though. He actually, I'm going to be fair to him, he does well
does.
once he lands
Yeah.
to get the header where he did. Because if he heads that incorrectly at all,
You know that
Paraguay are
Phil
in
Jones
there.
defending, that like famous clip where he's like fighting on the ground? It's against Arsenal and he's
Oh, yeah.
sliding through. He's making a whole bunch of facial
5 minutes to
expressions.
stop.
That's what that
5 minutes
reminds
to
me.
stop.
5 minutes to go. Not quite as long as Qatar, these games.
No.
The stoppage time.
I mean,
it's interesting with the
man.
mandated
Do you remember they
hydration
had like
breaks, of course.
13
It is.
minutes?
Yeah.
My lord. Ooh.
I do think they've gotten a little bit quicker with some of the VAR semi-automated
Yeah, and also the substitution.
I think the substitution,
the
throw-in stuff, a lot of stuff is going. The injuries, right? The injuries actually as well, a big one. Players down for a while have to go off for a minute, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that play into, I think, keeping the ball in play.
Yep.
So we see a nice little ad for Max. You're going to be watching that James Gordon tonight? You're going to be watching James Gordon tonight, Max. I know you are. You're a big James Gordon guy.
You're going to be watching your fellow Brit, James Gordon.
I would never want to watch James Gordon.
Two very similar Brits that moved to America.
You know what's interesting? You know what?
You're
going to keep talking about James Gordon. I'm surprised you've never picked up on this. James Gordon actually wrote a sitcom that was very mid, that was based in the town that I'm from.
You think Gavin and Stacey's mid?
Yeah, it's mid.
You think Gavin and Stacey's mid?
It's mid.
Breaking news, everybody.
They're all Swansea people in there.
6:48
they are all
p.m.
Jacks. And they
on Friday, June 12th, Owain Evans
Make sure, by the way, as we get towards halftime,
everyone in America watching this has no idea what we're talking about right now.
My mom and dad are watching this, so they'll be fuming.
Hit a like on that Watchalong. PHNX Rising World Cup Special Edition.
Are we looking at Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau again?
That is kind of crazy.
Katy Perry was performing for this one as Leah's getting frustrated watching
Justin
that.
Trudeau is not at the Canada game. Breaking news.
What's next? Are you going to tell me
I'm
you don't
sorry,
like the In-Betweeners?
No, the In-Betweeners was good. Gavin and Stacey was bad.
Oh, Fred.
Bad? Mid. I'll go mid.
Wow.
I'll go mid. In-Betweeners was a lot better. You've watched the In-Betweeners.
Oh, Fred. Yeah.
This is how this game is going. We're just talking about this stuff now.
I've been to Swanage.
Yeah.
Great chippy in Swanage.
Great chippy in Swanage. No free ads, Max Simpson.
No.
Thank you.
No free ads.
He didn't name it, to be fair.
No, I did. The fish place. Max.
Oh, the fish place. There we are.
No free ads. Yeah, U.S. with the lion's share of possession again. 6 shots,
good
2
ball.
shots over.
That's a good ball through.
Bad touch. Where's that later, Raven?
No,
I don't even think it was
lost
a
it.
touch. I think it's just he doesn't have the
But
peak.
that's well won again, though, right in the final third. And this is, again,
look where
such a key
Enciso
problem.
is.
I know, he's right back there because they've got nothing.
They've got nothing.
They've got nothing. And I think they're aware that they're not getting the ball really out of their own third without just pumping it long. And when they pump it long, they lose it immediately. So you drop those players back, but that in turn makes you so much slower building out of it, which...
Yeah.
All right, we have got 2 minutes to play.
I mean, you're a U.S. fan.
For the first half.
You are
Feeling
one
good.
happy camper.
Yeah.
You are one happy camper. You'd be nitpicking. There's not a lot you'd be kind of displeased about in this first half.
You know what I'll also say? If you're a Turkey or an Australia fan, you're feeling good too.
You are because you think that you
Paraguay
can get a result against this Paraguayan team. Yeah.
And that's the interesting one because you're looking again, as we say, these matches are not played on paper; they're played on the pitch. But you're looking at it. If I'm looking between Paraguay and Australia, I'd rather face Australia. So the fact that U.S. is coming out like this. Not a bad sign.
Actual talk here, and this one impacts tonight, right? We've said so much about how that's a great ball through. To Balogun.
Go on, Balogun.
Good challenge, but he's put it away.
Let's go!
3-0.
That's a great finish.
3-0.
That is a great finish. I almost wondered.
Number 9 golden boot, shine it up in the back of the net.
Arsenal legend.
USA!
I almost wondered for a moment there in that sequence if he wasn't going to put that away because the challenge coming in, the pressure, all of that. It's just so well taken.
That
the
puts
finish
away
is so well
lot
taken.
of my doubts about Balogun. I'm not going to say I was very doubted about
that
it.
is
So
the
well
quality
taken.
striker that this team has
taken.
been begging for on the international stage. You see the ball comes into play one-on-one, takes a bit of a touch outside, and you're thinking the angle is gone. The angle is gone for a moment. But as you watch the replay, he has the presence of mind.
He's on by the looks.
He's on. You have the presence of mind to cut it back right there and top bins left foot.
That's such a good finish. Listen, ref view.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, that's so good.
It's genuinely top corner.
That is, and not only the strength to ride the challenge. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, golazo.
3-0
And that's halftime.
at halftime.
Right, real question for
3
you here.
points.
Question
the
for
bag.
you here.
Yes.
And I agree with you that I think this is done now.
Yeah.
And
if you're Paraguay, do you take
going,
a cease off at
Oh,
halftime?
absolutely.
Because you're not getting anything from this game.
No, this game
it's
is
all
over.
about the next 2 games if you're Paraguay now, right? This game is pretty much done. Do you take some of the guys, especially, and Caesar's not changing your defense, he's changing your attack. You just accept that, you know what, just chuck some defenders on, keep it as it is.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, get him off the field. He's not 100% fit. You need him for the coming games.
And, I mean, he's just done nothing. I mean, only 16 touches, missed a dribble.
And now,
lost his duels.
the key for the US now for the rest of this game is to remember that this game is effectively won. Don't do anything stupid.
Yes.
Don't be
Don't do
Mexico.
Cesar Montes.
Don't be Cesar Montes, right? Do not harm yourselves for future group games by doing anything stupid. Putting yourselves at risk of injury, putting yourselves at risk of red card. Don't put yourselves in those positions because that will not end well.
Yeah. You know, you got to just be
It's
able
one. It's one,
to. You just got to be able to see it out, let the game take its course, and do your thing. Do your thing. That's it. That's it. From the U.S. perspective, again, I mean, that third goal, cherry on top. It's not even trying to look at it through rose-colored glasses. I'm really trying to, like, pull straws of, like, where some deficiencies are. You maybe want to see a bit more clinical in the final third. I mean, if that own goal doesn't go in, do you think that they create the goal? You'd think so, but outside of that, that's maybe the one thing.
Here we got a delivery, Max, by the way, sorry.
Yes. That's maybe the one thing. It's maybe the one thing. But outside of that, it's a darn near inevitable half. Thanos.
It is.
Inevitable.
Is it a free ad?
That's not really a free ad. I didn't say the parent company.
Should we try and get a friend of the pod or two in here?
Yeah, get off the mic.
Come on, I'll get off.
Take off that.
I will do before I pull everything and send everything
Scenes
flying.
when we all go flying in a second.
Return
We'll get in, Ramon.
Return of the pod blast
from the dead.
But
he's not. He's never been dead. He's just been
PHNX
away.
Rising fans. Ramon is back.
Oh my
Please.
God.
Dude,
Am I sitting down?
sit
All
down.
You're
right.
sitting down, Ramon.
I'm not emotionally available to be on
Wow.
live TV, and that's good, man.
we just had the best host upgrade in
Yes.
PHNX Rising history.
Let's-
My word. Get that
let's-
guy out of
let's
here, man.
keep
My
this.
word. Dude, how you doing, man?
It's good, man. Good. Happy to be here.
Heck
Happy to
yeah.
see you happy.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
that's
That's it.
beautiful.
I mean, there's a
Thank
lot
you.
to be happy about. I mean, you've been watching this, right? I mean, it's hard not to see. It's a pretty overwhelming U.S. performance. See the kind of strength of Paraguay, but I mean, what have you been seeing out there?
Yeah, USA from the get-go, man. I think Paraguay's had like the one chance in the first minute, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I think it just talks about the cohesiveness of this U.S. team that was questioned a lot, that they're able to turn it up in these types of big games, which they have to, right? Home crowd, a lot of doubts, a lot of expectations. And even though the first goal was an own goal, they responded with two crazy goals after that. And, and so, you know, props to the USA. I mean, I was one of those doubters, but you can't deny a 3-0 scoreline.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting, right? You can only play who's in front of you. You're always kind of looking at the strength of the competition. But, I mean, to the U.S.'s credit, if they play like that against anyone, and granted, other people are going to adjust, they're going to have a bit more firepower up top. The U.S. is first to every first ball, first to every second ball. They are swarming when they're losing possession. They are suffocating Paraguay. I mean, I'm even looking at, I feel a 20-minute stretch where I didn't even see Matt Freeze on the screen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think, you know, as Ramon was saying, a lot of my doubts about this team have gone away after this first half. Obviously, there's still 2.5 games left to go in the group stage. But, you know, I was worried about how this midfield is going to look, not just because of the players. They are two very good players, probably two of the three best players in this team, in Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. But how can they, you know, contribute to chance creation in these games when you're playing against a team that isn't going to attack willingly? You know, they're only going to attack when you give them the space to. They're going to sit back and defend. And we've seen time and time and time, again, Weston McKennie's making runs. Whether or not he gets the ball, he's setting himself up to find space later on.
Yeah. I think it really shows, we talked a little bit about, right, these center backs for the U.S., they haven't played together a ton. Tim Ream and Chris Richards a bit, right? But you got Alex Freeman in there. We're talking about Tim Ream and his age and, like, 38. What does that look like? They have covered him up. Granted, like, it's not like he's had a ton to do, but they have covered him up very well. It makes you really appreciate how much not only Weston McKennie, but really Tyler Adams are just cleaning up anything that comes through in the midfield.
Yeah, the pressure every time Paraguay even attempts to get out of the 18-yard box, it's insane. And again, props to the entire U.S. technical staff of preparing their team. You know, you saw these two teams in a friendly, was it last year?
Yeah, November.
Where I thought Paraguay, even though they may not be as technical as the U.S., you know, obviously not on their home soil, they're going to try to muck up the game a little bit, try to make it really physical. But the U.S., you know, they have no doubts from the minute the game started. So, you know, shout out to them. They've been great. And like you're saying, the midfield controlling everything. I think they're doing a lot to protect Tim Ream as well, where they're letting, you know, the fullbacks kind of go up a little bit more as we see the was this third goal? Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's just a
upper left, man, insane.
That's one of those goals like you're feeling yourself.
God.
Yeah, they're going to play this for years.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like they're saying, like, I think this game, Ream is going to be okay. They're not pressing as much, you know.
Yeah.
The thing about Paraguay that people were saying is like, hey, Enciso's back. You know, the big injury he had supposedly, he's starting the first game. The firepower for Paraguay is going to be there. They aren't even able to get the ball across their own half. Yeah. It's insane what the U.S. has been doing. And like you said, it's the first game. Maybe Paraguay is not the barometer to kind of test this U.S. team just yet, but it's amazing. 3-0, start the World Cup, you know, get 3 points. In this new format where it's very valuable, run up the score, get 5, get 6. You know, that way you're playing a little bit safe in the next 2 games.
Since we have you on, we were kind of talking a bit about it yesterday, right? We watched Mexico have that 2-0 win against South Africa. A bit of, right, I mean, 3 red cards. It was a bit of a kind of slop match. I'm curious, right? You know, you're rooting for the Mexico team. What is your takeaway from that match? You have that 2-0 win, especially knowing that in the group, South Korea, they're coming through with the win as well. How do you feel kind of going in retrospect after that match?
Yeah, I mean, obviously happy for the win, but I'm not happy that Mexico wasn't able to do more. I think South Africa was the weakest team that they're going to face. They should have run up the score a little bit more. That red card at the end of the game against Cesar Montes really hurts this team.
Didn't look like a red card.
They don't have. It didn't look like it, but given the way the ref was kind of calling things, you know, it was too easy. And I think that's one of the things that is going to worry me the next game against South Korea, which I think is the best team in the group, especially given what they did yesterday. And Mexico doesn't have a lot of center back depth. You know, they chose to bring more of wing players or more forwards in order to be a little bit more offensive. So I'm happy for the 3 points. It was a win that you were supposed to get, but now here comes the real test against South Korea. How is Javier Aguirre and the rest of the Mexican team going to respond? Not thrilled about the 2-0 win, even though it looks great. I think if they would have played the way the U.S. played, I would have been a lot happier today.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really add anything to that, to be honest. I think it was so disappointing to see that only be 2-0 with how South Africa played. I mean, if you remove what Mexico did, looking at what South Africa did, seeing that, I mean, you've got to run up the score on them. But, I mean, because they looked like they just found 11 people from South Africa to put them on there. And Owen was trying to say 11 footballers. At times, they didn't even look like footballers.
No, I mean, South Africa, they've worked their way into the World Cup. You know, no doubt about that. They're a very possession-heavy group, though. And when you play that against someone like Mexico, someone that's maybe a lot more technical than you, they were prepared, man. They knew that South Africa was going to attempt to pass the ball around in their own half. Mexico was ready. That's why they had Eric Lira there. That's where the goal comes from. So they were prepared. I think South African, coach was maybe betting a little bit too much on his own team against someone in Mexico at Estadio Azteca. First game of the World Cup. You got to maybe a little bit more conservative from South Africa.
Yeah, I think to your point, it's going to be curious how that group unfolds. I mean, that match last night between Korea Republic and
Czechia?
I was in Czechia. Yeah, it was.
It's already is his old age.
No, I was like, it's not Czech Republic anymore, right? You're looking at that group. It was interesting how it played out because. You look on paper, Korea Republic, they feel like they are the team to beat in that one. It could kind of go back and forth. I'm very intrigued by that next match. Yeah. It's going to be, I think that's going to be the match of the group for you guys, and it might determine, right, who ends up winning the group.
Yeah. South Korea has been, improving every single year, and they showed it. They have so many quality players. I think number 6, I forget his name, but the second goal that he scored, he chipped it over the keeper. That
was beautiful. He stopped on a dime.
Yeah.
Just like.
You see the two guys just slide, the keeper and the defender sliding.
Banana.
Yeah.
Yep.
In Gyeom Hwang.
There you go. Thank you.
He was balling out even beside
and he had the assist, too.
Yeah. I mean, Lee Kang-in was so good.
Yeah.
He probably deserved an assist.
He plays for PSG, correct?
Yes, he does. Yeah. He was really good. I mean, it was kind of funny to watch that game because South Korea won that game almost in spite of what Son Heung-min did for them, and I know that breaks your heart to pieces.
Yeah.
But a lot of yelling.
A lot of yelling
Max
at me.
Simpson?
At me.
Yeah.
Just to your point, Reese, the fact that you could take center stage over someone like Heung-min Son, I mean, it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like he obviously he's probably not playing in his best position, which is an out route 9, but you know, for him not to be the star, you know, and shout out to the Mexican fans. They embrace the Korean fans. I'm wondering how it's going to be.
I loved it.
You know, come the next game, because it's in Guadalajara, a lot of Mexican and South Korean fans. So the K-pop banda mix right there, I think it's going to be insane.
You're literally seeing the mix of doing tequila pulls while they're breaking it down in Gangnam Style.
That's why I love the World Cup, man.
I love it. It is the beauty. Man, Ramon, as we get back in here, man, and I'll let you want to take over for me? You want to take over for me? Yeah. I'll say, you guys keep.
I'll stay on.
Yeah, please, you keep talking.
You guys take your hydration
Owen's
breaks.
coming back.
Uh-oh. He's got
Max is
the
doing
middle
shots, is what I've heard.
Welcome back. Not really welcome, but Owen's back.
Musical chairs here, right here. What did I miss?
We were talking about the game. We were talking about Mexico yesterday.
Yeah.
The tequila soju mix of cultures over there in Mexico. I like it. So
There we go.
Now we're going to talk about how Wales is going to do in this World Cup.
I went on there.
Whoa.
You know what? That was kind of frustrating actually watching today and just thinking, you know, that could have been us.
Yeah.
Fair play to Bosnia. They got it done against us. They got it done against Italy. But
6 straight draws for them.
yeah.
That's nuts.
Big draw.
Did you guys already talk about that game today?
No, we haven't.
No.
I thought Bosnia was going to take it. I think
thought so,
I think
too.
Canada was shook. I don't think they were ready for that big of a
They
stage.
played too fast, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Jesse Marshall wants to do. He wants to play a quick style, but it almost felt like they were playing without thinking, which is a good way in some respects, but they were just passing the ball forward, trying to go as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Bosnia's defense is going to be there 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think that's what we're going to see from maybe those those European teams that kind of snuck into the World Cup. They're going to be very physical. Another goal off of a throw-in, which we saw yesterday against South Korea and Czechia. So I think that's going to be a recipe for a lot of these teams where they're like, hey, if we're not able to do it technically or on the ground, if we get a corner kick, if we get a throw-in, that's where we got to take advantage. And I think we've seen that a lot in modern football now, where there's like set plays now, and there's people who actually work this during their training sessions, and we saw it today. But I think Canada, a little bit kind of like Mexico, I think the first 20, 30 minutes, they weren't all there. I think the stage was really big for them. The lights were maybe a little bit too bright, even though it was daylight. But I think it just kind of talks about the magnitude of the event for some of these players.
But it's huge, isn't it? I mean, you're not only playing in a World Cup, you're playing in a World Cup at home, right? Everybody you know is going to these games. You know, it's not so easy when you're talking about
Ryan Reynolds, Wrexham owner.
Don't even
Wrexham.
start me on this one.
Got the
I think I
Wrexham
saw him.
offense. Who would have thought? Took a while.
The commentators brought him up a couple of times. I did hear that.
Real ones watched
Don't
on the
even-
BBC.
No.
Or Telemundo.
Telemundo, no hydration commercials.
Yeah, I won't lie.
They even made a point of it. I don't know if you
You
could
know, Max
understand
isn't
it, but
here
they were
now. We're
like,
talking about ads.
they're like, the
how
only
much
network that
later.
doesn't have hydration commercials, Telemundo. There you
They
go.
don't.
It's
They
not
don't.
a plug.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying that's
no,
what
but
they're
it
doing.
is true. It is true. They're not doing that. You also don't have to listen to
Alexi
Alexi
Lalas.
Lalas.
I'll just make one last point.
Landon
You know, we're here at
Donovan.
Phillies, but once they kind of put those commercials, I feel like the energy died a little bit. You know, it's kind of like a quarter in basketball. You know, once they put the game back on, you can kind of see it resurface, but
It breaks it up, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is so used to the just kind of the flow of football, right? You focus for 45 minutes, then you get your quarter of an hour off, and it's easy. That's your time. Go get more drink. Go for the restroom. Go to, you chat a little bit, watch a couple of the highlights or whatever. You get in that flow, and it just disrupts it, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like we've all grown up with football in a completely different way, and that's what they're feeding up to us now.
And I think the
don't
thing
like
that
it.
worries me is that it's normalizing it.
Yeah,
you know, it's such a big
100%.
stage. A lot of people are getting introduced to it, and now you can take that little break to scroll through Twitter, X,
And
whatever.
it's where like, again, I hate that kind of approach to the game because you see it in so much of the American sport, right? And basketball and we talk about how the last 3 minutes lasts 45 minutes, right? It's stupid, right? If it's a close game, it takes forever.
Yep.
And it just kind of takes out of the energy, out of the momentum,
I
out of the
with
flow
every
of
American
it.
sport, American football, baseball, you get the switch,
100%. And
so
I don't like it. It's not what I grew up with. I hate it. I completely understand and support the hydration breaks as a safety measure when needed for the players.
Now, are these mandatory, or like, for example, they're playing in SoFi right now?
Yeah, they're doing this every game. FIFA has said every game, no matter the temperature, anything, it will be happening. If they turn around and said, if the wet bulb temperature is above this, which is what they've historically done, I'm fine with that. Like, you see it rising, they need it.
That's true. But the thing is, like, for example, after the second U.S. goal, that's when you get a hydration break. Imagine taking a break after you're already up, you're building this momentum, and now you have to take a 5-minute break. That's one of the parts. If I'm a coach, I'm like, hey, man, like that's not going to fly with me, you know?
And we've seen that already a couple of times. I felt like today Canada was better after that opening hydration break. Last night, Czechia in that opening hydration break, they used that as a timeout. It's just kind of, it's stupid.
Coming in.
I thought I got worried. I was going to see Greg on my screen. Just whipped
Don't
my
worry,
head.
guys. Greg Berhalter is not. Well, he's probably there, but he's not on the in the shot right now, and he's not on the field.
I wonder who came in from. I don't know if you guys see it already.
Message in the chat. The two Brits sat next to each other look good. Thank you.
Is that from
my dad?
Yeah. Yeah, if you rearrange the letters in that one, it almost feels like it's saying Tim is dim, but, we're back underway for the second half of this game here between the US and Paraguay. There were some subs in there, weren't there? But have you got them, Rees? Can you get them for us?
I will try.
Because Max is currently doing the rounds. He's thumbs up with people. He's not doing more shots. I was told he was doing some shots, but he's not doing shots.
Pulisic off for Berhalter.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then Mauricio off for Damian Babadia for Paraguay.
Now, do you think that's more of a, hey, we're already 3 up,
Yeah.
we really don't need
100%.
to? Okay.
But again, I mean, they've left Enciso out there?
Yeah, they have.
That's shocking to me, because if he's not 100%, the game's gone.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why you risk
Why aren't you resting him and saying, you know what, especially with 3 teams going through in a group, we need him for future group games.
You think this is a goal difference? Like, we need to keep him in there. Let's maybe try to get 1 or 2.
But have they done anything that makes you think they get 1?
Yeah.
They haven't really right now, and that's, if anything, I just think you kind of want to shore up the defense, don't you?
That's true. Yeah, this is a thinker for sure.
Again, from the US's perspective, just be smart now. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do a
red card.
That was a choice.
Yeah, we talked about that where, now Mexico, they're going to have to play Edson Alvarez in that center back spot. And Edson Alvarez is someone who won the Gold Cup player of the tournament just a year ago. Now he can't crack the starting 11 in the Mexican side.
Yeah.
And so it kind of talks about how his year has been battling through injuries. He goes to, Turkey. Jose Mourinho gets let go the week he gets signed, which is probably why he went over there. And then he gets injured, and now he's trying to fight his way back to the rotation on a World Cup year. I feel bad for him, honestly. It's not the way maybe he envisioned this year of his career going, but he has a big opportunity against South Korea of all teams to prove people wrong. So we'll see.
Indeed. We'll see how that goes, because that's going to be, again, if it's anything like that game we saw last night, that's going to be a much different test to South Africa.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh. And then you get that little flash, don't you?
Yeah.
From Enciso.
But I feel like that was more those U.S. self-inflicted, because McKennie just dives into a challenge that it was.
Ooh. And there's just so many bodies there. But Paraguay do win it, and they just. You got to be alert to that ball then, surely a little bit more.
Yeah, I do like this U.S. change of bringing Berhalter on for Christian Pulisic, other than, what we just talked about saving Pulisic's legs. Kind of, it removes any chance in my mind of Paraguay coming back in this game, because you shore up the midfield, you allow McKennie to roam more, you're going to play with the double pivot of Berhalter and Tyler Adams.
First American I've heard cheering Berhalter in a different way,
Sebastian
of course.
Berhalter.
But that's it. I know.
I like Sebastian.
No, he's interesting. Oh, that's a poorly given away ball.
Uh-oh.
And advantage played, so there will be no yellow card there. And
Heck of a
that's taken a bit of a deflection.
deflection there. That
That's
could have
gone
been
for a corner.
You know,
It's just so poorly given away in midfield there. That pass,
it's
just not reading where the
unnecessarily
opponents
risky.
are. It looks like something that South Africa would have thrown out yesterday, to be honest.
no, South Africa would
Would have
have
put
tried
it
that
into
pass
touch
and
somehow,
played it
yeah.
5 yards far.
It would have gone into touch, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what are they going to do from this? Because
They
again,
don't have the
you
size.
don't expect the
They
height
need to be
advantage.
clever.
What
And then-
do they do? Do they try and play it? You've got a player out there.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
look
they're
like
in
they're
the
set up
box. You
for
can't
sure.
just do a little
You
set
can't-
play. Yeah, there
they
we
go.
go.
They go in short. Knock it back a bit there, and just about jumps over there. Oh,
space.
I think
That's off, no?
I'd
I think
have
he was
thought
on when
so.
it's taken. Because I think they.
The issue would have come with after he then comes off of him is,
Yeah.
you know, anyone ahead of the ball, like, yeah, that's where the problem comes from.
There we go, Miggy.
Okay.
Oh,
caught?
No.
Oh, no. No.
Nothing?
Doesn't appear. No, it's been
Yeah.
given. It's been given.
Yep.
There will be a free kick coming in here now.
He-
And
he-
a yellow.
oh, that's a yellow.
Wow.
That's awfully soft.
I mean, it's something you need to see. And to be fair, the angle we had of it was very
Was
tight.
awful.
Where are the runners coming in the penalty area? Because that's what the question is for me.
Yeah.
The things you consider on stopping a promising attack, it's speed, space, options, right? If he's got options in there, he can run on.
doesn't even touch him.
He didn't touch him.
No. He
But,
sells that
but
one
now, was
very
that
well.
the line judge that make that call?
I don't know.
Because I didn't see the ref anywhere near that, so.
No.
But I don't think we had a particularly good camera angle on the Eva. It
All
was
right,
very
Kareem.
tight in.
He does not look pleased to be there.
He likes
Okay,
it,
now
Rees.
yes,
He just
now
smiled.
Yeah, there we go.
Got the old denim kit on.
Was it? It's probably the.
Yeah,
re-release.
the little throwback they have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks
How
nice.
have they reissued those?
Yeah, they have without the badge.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now, that's just to two people in so much space that did nothing with it, and unfortunately, I think actually show off the. What's he listening to here? What is the VAR check for here?
Why is there a check
We've
like
got a
during the
VAR
play?
check. Now, I don't know what this is for. Is it for something off the ball?
Mistaken identity.
What?
That is hilarious.
We got a. He's booked the wrong player. He's booked the wrong player, is he?
So he's going to take the yellow back. Go back and retake it.
You can't just overturn a free kick. You can't overturn just a yellow unless it's mistaken identity.
What?
I don't know what he's done. He's going to the monitor. Now, this is where, and this is what's intriguing here, actually. Genuinely. If he goes back to that monitor, as soon as he's gone to the monitor, if he's booked the wrong player, he can actually get out of the free kick entirely. You can do anything once you're at the monitor.
Are we really checking this? Are we really doing this?
You can do anything when you're at the monitor, but why are we doing this?
Are we going to have a month of this?
This is what this is.
100 games of this, Rees?
And
Is this?
utter misapplication of the laws.
If this is the precedent that we're setting.
But this is a misapplication of the laws, right? If he's booked the wrong player there, yes, you can go back and practically what?
Oh my God, my heart sank.
He's taking. No. He's got it. What's he got in his hand? He's got the book.
No way.
No, he's
Yellow
taking the yellow off.
No yellow. Yellow to Almiron.
Where is it?
But that's not.
Okay, he's just got
That's
it there.
not mistaken identity.
That's not.
Mistaken identity is when you book the wrong player in a crowd, you get the wrong guy. Not that you got.
You can't take
That
the
is
decision wrong.
that's an
That
insane
shouldn't
precedent
have been
system.
Oh,
That
they
shouldn't-
gave so they.
But that shouldn't have been set
Yeah,
down. It's
yes.
not mistaken identity in terms of you
Okay, I
decided
get it
what
now.
the foul was and you got it wrong. It's that you got
Mistaken
the wrong player.
identity, like
You got the wrong player.
Yeah, it implies
in
that
a
you got the
melee,
wrong
right,
person.
You see a punch thrown. That's
yeah,
what
like
mistaken
the
identity
Kieran
is.
Gibbs.
That's the first.
Not a complete,
That's the first.
That is
Yes.
a
That is
completely
terrible.
misapplied law. I'm sorry. That's woeful. And I understand that
Yes.
that's probably what FIFA wants in that moment, but it shouldn't happen.
It took 2
shouldn't
minutes.
happen. It took way too long to happen, and it shouldn't have gone that way.
Yeah, the free
If
kick
you're
was
Paraguay,
taken.
if you're Paraguay, you're sick to your stomach.
Yeah,
because you
you
had
stopped the
momentum.
play.
You had momentum
That
in that
should not
for
have
opening
happened.
5 minutes.
And look,
and
I
now
don't
it's gone.
I don't think it should have been a free kick. I completely agree with that. I think he dives.
Yeah.
But that's not a reviewable play. You don't get to just make it up
Yeah.
in that moment.
That's poor.
Because essentially you could just do
He's
that for every
made it
play.
up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh,
Can you imagine that?
any dive is now
This is too
reviewable.
much,
That's
man.
not what's in the
And that's
laws
the
of the
problem
game.
that I've always said with
That's
VAR.
not what's
When it
in the
goes
laws of the
too
game.
far, why
Yeah.
do we
And
even
it's
have a
getting
referee?
further. It's getting
Why do
further.
we even have a
We're now at the
referee?
point
Let's
where
just
they
put a
were-
little sign. and let's have a little AI referee.
I don't understand why that's one that needs to be sent to the monitor.
Well, the only reason it has to be sent to the monitor is because you can't do it otherwise. You can't just overturn that.
Yeah. See,
you can
just
only move a card if it
up.
doesn't go to the monitor. As soon as you send it to the monitor, you can do anything.
Yeah.
So actually, if he'd booked the wrong player, if he'd have booked the wrong American player, they could have sent him to the monitor and he could have overturned. It's stretching the definitions, but it's not strictly wrong. But in sending it down for that reason, that's not what's written in the laws of the game, and it's just utter nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't want every single free kick like that to be reviewed. Nobody wants that.
Now, Owen,
do we?
Now, if it was a yellow card review, and he said,
but
hey,
I don't like that because even then we get into yellow
gets a
cards.
cynical.
Yellow cards are so. What are we going to talk about then? Persistent infringement or persistent offences? It's now called, right? In some cases that's 2, in some it's 5, right?
No.
And neither's right, neither's
so look,
wrong.
look at this play right here.
Yeah.
If he would have called something, and Balogun fell to the ground, and he's saying, hey, he fouled me, but it's not a foul. Is that a mistaken identity as well?
No, it's absolutely not, is it? That's the thing. It's
now he's saying that it's in the box.
So it will be. It is inside the penalty area, so it'll be reviewed.
Okay.
The VAR official will look at this.
And they will immediately change their mind. Or they immediately get off
we're
their
already
screen.
back in place.
Yeah.
The other thing is that it took so long to get the decision on the other one.
Yeah.
You hold. Don't let them take. That's normally what's being said down the referee's earpiece, right? Hold.
Look at where
Because as soon as you let them take it, you shouldn't be going back.
Yeah. I think just my biggest problem is that why do we have a ref?
I agree.
There we go.
No, I don't disagree. I mean, they've taken a lot of the offside decisions out now, the assistant referees.
Yeah, it's semi-automatic
because
now,
it's semi-automated, right?
Yeah.
But even beyond that, it used to be a case of they had to, they'd let it play out. Now that's no longer the case. We saw it yesterday, actually, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Where it's the delayed, the vibration comes in for the assistant that, yes, it was very obviously off, so you can just call it.
But yeah, still that mistaken identity thing is.
That's given us a whole talking point.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a topic of conversation because.
I'd have thought so because it's not a reviewable play in my mind. And I don't like that. I don't like the feeling that we're just making things up as we go along.
Well, that's all of this.
Especially
isn't it?
when
we're making up sports, we're making up beer, drinks. I mean, all of it's all made up. None of it's real.
It's physically here.
I think Max is giving me the look.
Max is giving us the look. Max wants to come back in.
Thank you very much, guys,
I tell
for
you what,
having me.
Max, should we go back to our original positions
Yes,
here?
we should.
There we go. Shout out to everybody.
Good to see you,
Good to see you
Ramon.
guys.
Max, before you get back on and put that headset on, I will warn you. Owen's been going on a referee rant for the last 5 minutes. Be warned, don't ask any questions.
And I can just tell from his face.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
Yeah,
he does. No.
Give me that one, honestly. What was your take on that?
I will move.
What was your take on that, Max? The incident there with the yellow card, the free kick overturned.
I mean,
because to me that's just not reviewable. It's not mistaken identity. A dive isn't mistaken identity. Mistaken identity is giving the wrong player a card.
I would agree.
But not just you outright got the decision wrong.
That is the label of right. Yeah, yes. Did you give the wrong person the card? I have not seen it labeled as that in my 31 plus years of watching soccer.
Look at this text I just received. What an absurd thing to say about somebody.
Can we read that? I think we can read that.
We cannot read.
I think we can definitely
we will
read that
not
one.
read that. We will not read that.
Reese's brother is commenting on Reese's appearance here and describing him as a political leader in a certain part of the world.
Not South Korea.
Not South Korea, that's correct.
Don't say it. All right.
Oh, it's just
As
eliminate
FIFA
one
would
country.
say, the Korea Democratic People's Republic.
All right. Yeah. Sports, baby.
Woo.
Well, now that Adman's back on, make sure to leave a like. Watching here on our YouTube stream.
I could say Kim Jong-un. We can say
We can say it. He looks like Kim Jong-un, apparently, according to his brother.
He can say that. No, you're not saying it.
We're saying it.
Bad.
We've said it.
Bad.
It's too late.
I used to
It's
get
funny.
that in middle school, too.
Redact. We have had, dude, I think we're peaking at like 400 plus people watching here. Let's go, leave a like.
When brands are buying us, they're buying this. They're
This
not
is
buying
nuts. It's great.
buttoned up Max Simpson. They're buying horrible
Banter.
comparisons to bad people.
Yeah.
Trust me, there are many.
I also used to get Vector from Despicable Me quite a bit.
Yeah,
That was
I
brutal.
like the combo between those two.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like who the person would be,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
like the comparison.
Yeah, because they're both evil people.
Yeah.
The worst person
Vector's
is
probably worse.
the worst person we're talking about is the talking mustache behind the brand redacted computer. So,
Hey, don't be mean to Shane like that now.
oh, that's just how we're friends.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I don't think that's fair.
Max,
Be nice to
Max
Shane.
has been muted.
Thank God.
Okay, we got a yellow card. I hate. Can I
Dude,
just
he
say?
keeps pulling
We
the
said
red
this.
out.
It's the wallet. I hate
Yes.
the wallet. Why has Danny McAnally got a wallet?
Yeah.
You just see the red every time come out of his pocket. You think,
your
what?
heart
I'm kinda scared.
skips
I'm kinda
a beat.
scared.
Put it away, man.
Put it away.
Put it away.
There are children here.
Put them in different pockets. It's not that hard.
Actually, we're all 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly. Shout out Nicola Bolcher, Casamigos, Buchanan's, and Don Julio, 1942.
There's a foul there.
You know, as
Why is he still out there? Why is he still playing?
I have no
Get
idea.
him off the pitch.
But to be fair to him, the way he's been running,
He's
in the
actually
second
grown
half,
better into the game.
Yes, he has, and he's all over the pitch. Yeah.
And now in the chat we have. Where is it now? Sorry, it's really loading slowly for me.
Albert, come on, man.
Bad Albert.
Albert Adair. Yes, vote
Come
for
with
your
Die
Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match.
Who are you voting?
Who am I
Balogun.
voting?
Yeah.
It's got to be Balogun.
Yeah.
I mean, you put
That second finish alone.
my
Yeah.
word. That's gonna feed families, as they say. Here we go. Whip it.
It's a
Too long.
decent enough ball in, but I mean the thing is they just can't clear their line there, so that's the important thing. Now, oh no, nothing there.
Malik Tillman with a bite.
Goal kick
Although
given.
that did look painful, that
Yeah.
follow through.
Worth noting, although maybe this is just everything's just made up now and we can do whatever we want, that corners are reviewable by VAR, but goal kicks are not. Which I know.
Yeah.
But just worth noting that one.
Thank
If
God
the
for
referee
that.
gives a goal kick first.
Is that becoming a law now?
Yes. Corners, if they can be quickly reviewed. You're not supposed to hold play,
yeah.
but if you can tell before the corner's taken, then that's the inevitable creep, right? It comes out from the, it's out of Pandora's box now, and then next it'll be hold, and then it'll be every free kick in the final third, and then it'll be.
Well, I think you mean the
And I don't like that.
I think you mean the penalty box.
I like that.
Ooh.
What was that?
I think you mean the penalty box, not Pandora's box. Nice.
Or the 18-yard
Penalty area, I think you'll find, Max. Now, Rees wouldn't know about that one. It's not law 4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rees is a big law 4 guy.
Everyone knows this.
He's the biggest law 4 guy.
Have a rip. We've seen Tyler Adams rip it from here.
All right, that's not getting a lot. Again,
Malik Tillman hasn't been very good today, which is kind of astounding given it's a 3-0 lead. You'd expect him to, be a beneficiary there.
I think Malik
well,
Tillman.
you know what I'm going to tell you is you say that Malik Tillman's not been bad. I'd like to take the favorite platform of former Rising player Lawrence White here, FOTMob. Sorry for the free ad there, Max. They actually say that Malik Tillman is a 7.7, whereas Weston McKennie is a 6.9. What do you feel about that, Rees?
I don't agree.
He probably gets credit with a couple chances that.
They gave him an assist,
Oh,
I believe.
that's fair. He did get the one assist. That is fair. Okay.
Which boosts him.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know.
Balogun's been
Far
genuinely
away.
far and away the best player on this
Well,
team
it
today.
also depends on where you're doing your research and where you are getting your stats from. If you look at the FIFA website, it says possession 54 for U.S., 46% in context, and Paraguay 0% possession this entire match. So, with a
to
grain
be
of salt.
honest with you,
With a grain of
I
salt.
wouldn't be shocked.
You know what? It's how it feels sometimes.
Ooh.
There's no one following that in, though, really.
Yeah, because it came out of just
And I know,
nothing.
it came out of nothing.
Yeah, the U.S., I think this is one where as the second half has kind of grown into it, right, we're in the 62nd minute, so you're kind of looking at around that 20-ish minute mark around the corner of the second half, is you knew Paraguay, they're going to get chance, as we see Tom Cruise and David Beckham sitting together. There you go.
That's
boo.
like the third time they've shown him on
Yeah, that
this
sounds about right.
podcast.
You'd figure that just based on the balance of
We've
play,
seen him
Paraguay
more
was
than
going to,
that.
if not grow in the game, at least have a little bit more chance. Oh, my gosh. Ooh, Weston McKennie.
Ooh.
Hold my thought.
Here we go. And it's not the great ball
that's not
across.
It. That's not it.
It's looking for the late coming run, but it's actually covered well there.
Paraguay has grown into this match a little bit, but
I think a big part of it has been the U.S. has taken their foot off the gas, to be fair to them.
100%. You're up 3-0 in the first half. That's going to naturally happen. But what I think is so, again, underappreciated is every time Paraguay even has a sniff of trying to break away, the tandem of Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie are just working absolutely overdrive. And it's not to say that this back line, these center backs have had nothing to do, but they are just so sheltered by two of some of the best rowing midfielders in this World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, I think the U.S.'s defensive, height has been continued to be seen. Like, when Paraguay continue to play long, they just cannot, because they'll never win the header. They'll never get the ball at their forwards' feet to be able to create anything with it.
Yeah. There's just not a goal threat. There's not a credible goal threat up front. As a potential hand to the face that might be coming back depending on how this plays out. Let's see. Paraguay with a potential chance.
And it's kicked away.
Hey, got it.
Yeah, that. Come back on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, you're welcome, Max. Yeah, I'm trying to make you proud this tournament.
It's well done. It's well done. Oh, it wasn't even, sorry, this wasn't even a thing.
No,
that was wide. Wide.
Get him to the Cardinals. Fit right in.
So what's interesting here, by the way, and this is, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to the same thing with the mistaken identity from earlier.
Here we go.
They've actually changed the language slightly. But it's still not mistaken identity to me. Because previously, the wording on it was when the referee cautions or sends off the wrong player of the offending team.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've just gotten rid of that and just said mistaken identity when the referee cautions or sends off the wrong player.
Okay, so that's the right decision.
But I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. It opens up every
I don't
single
like
caution.
That, but by the law, it's not a misapplication of the law.
I don't agree with that, though. It's still not what mistaken identity has historically been.
Yes, but what
you
I'm saying...
You have every cautionable offence that could be a dive.
I agree.
To that, and I don't think that's at all.
But what I'm saying
what
is
people are going for with that.
When it happened, you were saying it was a misapplication of the law. That is not a misapplication of the law. That is.
I still think it is.
No, because it's a what? You said it's a.
They've changed the
you
wording.
Said it's a mistaken caution or.
Fine. Okay. Well, this is the misapplication of the law. If players stopped and being restarted, the referee may not undertake a review except for a case of mistaken identity. Well, it does say again mistaken identity, but you can't really do that.
I love the runs.
Otherwise, what? You could go back hours.
I love the runs he's been making.
You could go back for an hour.
Serginho Dest.
Yeah, no, I know.
Serginho Dest has been such an avid runner this game. And don't get me wrong, he's been getting the ball more often than not. But he has been making those selfless runs of bring it to the corner, overlapping, then underlapping. If you're watching the game especially, right, you're not an average soccer fan. You're kind of, hey, we're testing out the World Cup, which, hey, I love. We welcome all comers to the PHNX Rising World Cup Watchalong special. Watch what's happening off the ball. Don't follow the ball. Watch everything happening on the periphery. And Serginho Dest, number 2 for the U.S. men's national team, he has been putting in
the right-hand side has really impressed me in that sense.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
McKennie has been doing it all day
100%.
long. I mean, that's his career, but that it's just so fun to watch guys be selfless like that. Hydration break time.
Well, that's perfect time
for Owen to read the IFAB.
I am on the IFAB website, but Max, go ahead and tell us.
Yes, please. I appreciate that. We got to shout out as well our partners. Again, they help to bring what we're doing to life here, right, guys? This is the hydration break where we have our different partner specials. Shayna, you have something? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we got to read. We're doing that. You interrupted me, actually. How rude. Anyway, shout out to our partners.
You interrupted
Shout out to our partners. Shout out to our partners who are helping to bring these entire experiences for us, right? We have our friends at Casamigos, Buchanan's, and Don Julio 1942. Again, we're out here at Phillies on Scottsdale, their location. Multiple watch parties happening at different Phillies locations. Again, first off, go to gophnx.com/events to sign up for free on our watch parties. Reminder, we're doing a watch party for every U.S. men's national team match, Mexico match, both semis, and the final. So shout out there. Our partners have made this happen. Casamigos, Buchanan's, and Don Julio 1942. Here over at Philly Scottsdale, we have $11 Casamigos margarita specials, $12 Buchanan's Bucanita specials, and of course, the Don Julio 1942 is flowing. Also, shout out friends over at Michelob Ultra, official beer of the World Cup 2026 and the U.S. men's national team. And we got $4 Michelob Ultra specials, which we've deleted a couple of them between Owen and I. So, yes, give them the red card. Hydrate, enjoy responsibly, must be 21 plus. It's a fun time, guys.
It is.
It's good to see the U.S. flowing.
Yes.
Goals are coming in. Goals are coming in. I mean, listen,
Flowing.
like honestly, let's contrast this to last year's World Cup. And it's easy to look in hindsight of drew the first match 1-1.
Against an awful team in Wales.
Drew the second match 0-0 against England. 1-0 against Iran in that final group stage match. Right now, the way things are panning out, a lot to happen.
It's the same amount of goals they've scored in this game as they did old last tournament.
That's actually kind of insane. Yeah. Yeah, they scored, one against Wales, one against Iran, and then one against the Dutch in the knockout stages. You know, it's just it's a good vibe. Awesome to have the watch party kind of back it up, and people out here have a good time. It's a Friday night. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, one thing I don't like beside the obvious about the commercials during the hydration break, especially in moments where, in games where, you know, the hydration break is becoming a timeout. For example, you know, Canada in both the first and second half.
I'm taking a fry here.
Jesse Marsh. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Is using it as a timeout. We don't get to, like, see what that conversation looks like between the manager and the players.
It's coming from the ad man here, but, like, if you're going to put an ad, just allow the – I know it's a little bit different. It's not a full-on commercial, which I get what brands want, but allow the, you know, which Telemundo has the right, allow a brand to say, hey, we'll put a logo or a scorebook on it and just let the people see what the conversation happened.
For the Mexico game yesterday, Telemundo put, like, kind of the banner where it goes along the bottom and the side.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you've got a smaller
picture
in there, but
you
can
can
still kind of see what's going
what's
on.
happening going on. We love that. We love that.
I don't like it. Don't like it.
Well, no, we love being able to see what's going on
Yeah, I don't like the situation that they're doing.
on Fox.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. Yes.
We are all on the same page. It's yet another thing to add to the list of why football fans in this country
Adman doesn't like ads.
watching games on
Adman
Fox.
loves good ads. Remember
Just
that,
to be
people.
clear,
It's a
because
Pepe
the
party.
question's going to be brought up. This is not a Law 4 violation because they're wearing the white undershirts.
Okay,
The sleeve
Reese, for
is
those of you who have
predominantly
no idea what
white.
we're talking about, please explain the Law 4
Law
violation and
4
why it's not.
violation, or Law 4 deals with the equipment.
See, I'm the one who's the sado here,
What?
as he's talking
No,
about weird undershirt rules.
No, because you're the one who introduced it to me in the first place.
I
so
did,
remember
but
that.
still.
This is the monster you created.
It's true.
The undershirt, as well as tights worn.
No, we do have an issue. Sorry.
No. Why?
It needs to be a single color, which is the color as the main color. He's got a little bit of blue on the lower part.
That's cuffs.
Technically, it's not a single
That's
color.
cuffs of the sleeve.
But it's not showing a single color though now.
No.
It's showing a second
What?
color because the way he's wearing it.
The cuffs. What?
Yeah,
Are you saying?
the cuffs are a different color.
The cuffs are blue. Yeah.
So you're saying it has to
Yeah,
be a blue?
and it has to be a single color.
What has to be blue? The jersey.
The undershirt has to be a single color.
It is. It's white.
But he's showing the cuffs.
I think he's saying it has to be a blue cuff? What?
No, the
know
cuffs
what
have to be nothing. No, the undershirt cuff.
This is
Do you see he's got a band of blue on there, on the undershirt?
In the World Cup, the biggest stage in football. We're going illegal undersleeves. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, so for those of you who wanted a World Cup analysis
What are we
instead, you're
doing?
getting a uniform. Stop.
Yes!
Stop the match. Yeah, for those of you who are wanting, getting back to the soccer conversation, we got Timothy Weah and Ricardo
And they
Poole.
can see that's karma. They deserve this. You don't wear illegal undersleeves and expect not to get karma. This is what they deserve.
I mean, we did say
Thank
they
you,
wouldn't.
Rees
Punch
Goodall.
out.
We did say they
I've
wouldn't keep
seen
a
enough.
clean sheet. We did say they wouldn't keep a clean sheet.
This is disgusting behavior.
Seconds after Timothy Weah and Ricardo Pepi coming on for Florian Balogun and Serginho Dest. The U.S. does concede. Right, again, we were talking about it. It is the long ball off of the free kick. U.S. do not deal well with the first header, do not deal well with the second. Long run, and well slotted away.
Absolutely terrible. It's what they deserve.
Bad position, just not great positioning, bad clearance.
Tell you what, it brings me back actually to what we said earlier about goalkeepers when you don't test them enough.
Yeah.
And when the moment comes, I don't think he's saving that anyway, but
yeah.
The defense as a whole almost, you feel the same way,
what
right?
What are you doing, buddy?
Nothing happened. Now, this is where you worry.
Yeah.
You worry that if they get another one very quickly, you are going to be sweating. And they have no business being in this game. No business whatsoever. But that's not how football works.
We've seen Rising blow 3-0 leads.
We've seen but now surely the US
don't mess it up.
Puts it straight at the goalkeeper. Thank you, Malik Tillman.
Malik Tillman.
What a...
Oh, wait, you say thank you. He's a neutral. He is a neutral. Yeah.
I felt like that was an ironic thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Which means he's a devoted member of this U.S. men's national team.
It is. It also means I'm stealing another fry off of Max, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah, Malik Tillman, he's brought in for some of these kind of creative half-chance creations, being able to spark something in the final third. Gnarly hasn't quite done that, and I like some of the soon of course as I say that he has a beautiful turn. He's had a couple flicks and tricks come off, but he has not had that final precision, that final touch, that final shot of what he's in this team for. He's not in this team for ball progression. He's not in this team to win back the ball. He is in this squad to help create something, and it just hasn't quite come off at that level.
I will say what should have been the worry for the US, which is that Paraguay take that as a kind of a spark to maybe get a second.
They haven't.
Yeah, I don't feel like it, does it? It feels like that time is kind of coming past now. Not necessarily to have gotten the second, but to at least keep the momentum going. The momentum's died now.
I mean, you're kind of seeing the U.S. is just still being calm on the ball, splitting their lines. They're working it through the midfield, finding the splits. And Paraguay, I mean, especially if they get that first goal back, it's going to cause them of saying, hey, we're not throwing out the goal differential, but, hey, can we get another goal? Because if they get another goal here in the next 5 minutes, especially knowing stoppage time, they could find an equalizer. So they're going to push, see what they can find in the next couple minutes. Otherwise, oh, my gosh.
You don't like that.
No. I mean, listen, you're saying if they get another one,
to be fair, it's not Chituro Dunze, so it's...
You're saying if we get another one, I'm sweating. I'm sweating now.
He's sweating now. Yeah. I mean, you just don't want to...
No, that's not a cuff. Wait, is it?
No, there's something there. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's not.
I think he wound me up.
It's not. It's something there, though.
No, there definitely is, but it's not the cuff.
No, but I thought that's what you were saying. Was like it was rolled back. That's what I thought you were saying. There is some kind of a line on there that does not either. It's not a single color or a pattern / colors which exactly replicate the shirt sleeves.
Yeah, but I think it's like a tape over it. So.
Well, the tape's got to be the same color as well. That's lawful.
Good ball from to Timothy Weah. Ooh!
All right, we're going to get a good look at it now, hopefully. Nope.
You know, it's one of those where you look at it on the surface. Timothy Weah, to me, absolutely has the quality to be a starter on. Ooh, wow. If not for the keeper, that's a absolute colossal.
No, that I'm pretty sure that's allowed.
No, tape has to be the same color. I've got it on
right in the dome. Right to the dome.
Well, it specifies socks, but it's still going to be the same thing. Must be the same color.
No, because you're allowed different color.
That wasn't touched by the keeper, by the way.
Yeah, but his wrist tape is not over equipment.
We're still talking about uniforms. Stop talking.
Yeah, we are.
Get over the uniforms. Yeah, it should have been a corner. I mean, Timothy Weah absolutely has the quality to be a starter on this team. Maybe in a different system. Maybe he is, right? Again, he opened the scoring for the U.S. at the last World Cup. I think it's just a bit of the formation they play.
Yeah.
A bit of just kind of how they've been more prioritizing those wingbacks in Serginho Dest, and in Jedi Robinson, and it's just he's not as good inside, so kind of makes sense, and what a luxury to have off the bench.
Absolutely, and you know, I would like to see him at least once in this tournament play for meaningful minutes. Obviously, he's doing it effectively now. In that Serginho Dest role, where, I mean, it's also a different midfield.
From Paraguay there.
but
Stay on your feet.
He stays on his feet. Gets a free kick. I don't know if he really deserved one for that, to be honest. And a card for that. You know what, boys? Why don't we go back and say he dived? We can do that now, apparently.
I mean, I think, by what you said, the updates were.
Toe tree.
He was clear.
Not that then.
What?
There's like nothing there.
Well, no. I was not watching.
There's a little
whatsoever.
grab earlier, but then he's recovered his feet afterwards.
No,
and
I
he
mean, going
checked
back to
himself
what you
the
said
floor.
about the whole mistaken identity thing. I think, like, based off what you said, the law change is. I feel like that was.
But that would also mean
ultimately
it's
the right
only ever
process.
reviewable if you give the caution, so it encourages you to give more cautions.
Well, yeah, but like again, it was the right application of the law.
I don't personally agree. And they haven't given a particularly good explanation of it either, so.
Likely true.
That's the IFAB.
Yeah, you have to email them about that.
I might drop him an email. We'll see.
There's Johnny.
Johnny Fantino. Shout out to everyone again in the chat. You guys have been great. Many of you guys rocking us with us throughout the entire watch along stream. We appreciate you. Again, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get it up. Yeah, this is interesting. We'll see where the U.S. how they kind of finish off this match, right? Curious if there's any other, subs. They got one more window left, 2 more additional subs they can make should they choose to do so in that window. Again, you already have Sebastian Berhalter, Timothy Weah, and Ricardo Pepi going on midfield, as well as an attacker as well. Rees, as you kind of look into these last, 10 minutes plus stoppage time, who from the U.S. would you look to kind of bring in? I mean, I don't hate the idea of maybe bringing another defender, possibly even being able to, I'm not necessarily for Chris Richards because he's been so good, but also wouldn't hate that just kind of knowing his
save his
injuries
legs
issues. I wouldn't
just
hate
a
the
little
likes
bit.
of an Austin Trusty or a Joe Scally,
I was
even a
gonna
Mark
say the
McKenzie,
same.
someone like bring in one of your center backs going from there.
Maybe a Max Arfson little shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gio Reyna.
No way.
I guess a clap from Rees.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. He is in this squad specifically to create something out of nothing.
Yep. And I mean, he's the best in the pool at things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the club football has been disastrous for him for like 5 years now. But I mean, he's the quality.
For Malik Tillman. Interesting. Okay.
Gio Reyna minutes in a World Cup.
Greg Berhalter would never.
It really is great.
With Sebastian Berhalter on the pitch as
Oh,
well.
man.
I mean, it really is crazy when you look at it. I mean, you kind of look back at what happened those almost 4 years ago and the fallout and the aftermath of everything. It is kind of crazy that we're getting Gio Reyna minutes, not only based on that, but to your point, Rees, I mean, he's kind of done diddly for anything at the club level.
I mean, he had that disastrous loan move to Nottingham Forest, which
That's a foul.
was absurd. He's left Dortmund now for Borussia Mönchengladbach, also in the Bundesliga. Again, didn't do much there, but again, you know what he can do when he gets the ball at his feet. That is why he's in this pool, or in this team, because he can create something out of nothing, like you said. He's probably the best technical ability out of anyone that can wear a U.S. shirt.
The only people to me that even really rival it are, I think it's Pulisic, it's Dest, and maybe to a degree,
Offside, is it?
to a degree,
Yeah.
in certain degrees, Weston
Offside.
McKennie.
Certain degree, who, sorry?
Weston McKennie.
Yeah. I think Reyna's almost in a tier of his own there. Then you've got Pulisic and Destin next year, but yes, I agree with you.
Oh, okay.
Gomez is off.
Gomez is off.
That's that then.
Going back to Resin.
Gamara on.
As manager?
That's the third Diego Gomez we've watched in a footballing context minimum.
I have a feeling that whole Enciso injury was a little bit of a coach trying to get an advantage there, you know? Because he's 84 minutes. The second half, he has been much better, but he's also like been the only one moving for Paraguay to try and kickstart things.
Yeah.
From what it sounded like a week ago, or when he went down in that friendly, it kind of was talked about, you know, again, him missing the tournament, not just this match. So, and he just has not, like, there's been times where he hasn't been as energetic as he probably would have hoped.
Correct.
But it's not been like anything of his ability has been affected, you know?
Something that I am curious about, and not for this match, but right, especially as you figure that the U.S. is going to play, how can I put this diplomatically, better opposition attack.
What on earth is that goalkeeper doing there, by the way?
I don't know.
For Paraguay. The way he falls after he kicks it as well.
The way
Comical.
the way that U.S. likely, if they get into the knockout rounds, they bet. Ooh, hold on for a second. Come on, Timry, don't lose the foot race.
Thank God.
The way the U.S. likely will play, a team with a better opposition attack, they might be down a goal, or they might have to be. They might have to be pushing for an equalizer or something to make up for it. I am going to be curious. What does that look like when if you have Balogun and Pepe leading the line at the same time on the pitch?
Yeah.
Because that is kind of the break glass in case of emergency.
I mean, I think that game against Turkey is going to be such a big test because, I mean, their attack does have so much firepower. You've got, you know, as your left back, Ferdi Kadioglu from Brighton, who is known for what he can bring in the final third. But then more importantly, on the two wings, Arda Güler from Real Madrid on the left likely can shuffle in and play as a 10. And then your right winger for Turkey is Kenan Yildiz. Two of the best wonder kids in world football are on Turkey's wings. And not just wonder kids now, they're delivering at a high level.
That's not going to feel fun.
No, it is not. Ooh.
Am I missing it there?
The twist always hurts. Just kind of the awkwardness more so, you know? No Jean-Eric. I thought that was funny. No one got it, clearly. Thanks, guys.
Kind of rating, looking at the chat as well. DRS Junior 9275. Tillman is an embarrassment.
That's strong words. I mean, I don't think he was good today. But
Strong words. I don't think he was well. I think, you know, to me, I think Malik Tillman and Gio Reyna, profile-wise, it's a similar position. I think they just give you something different. Malik Tillman, a little bit better in possession, a little bit more in hunting back. I think Gio Reyna is the type where a little bit surprised to see him in a situation like this, but it's also maybe you're just trying to warm him up before a situation where you kind of need to. To me, Gio Reyna is a bit more of that break glass in case of emergency. We need a goal. Let's find something out of nothing.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I don't want to see Gio Reyna play in this tournament before the 60th minute ever. I want them to be that guy where, you know, well, I don't want the U.S. to ever be in trouble in this World Cup unless they're playing England, but I want him to only come on in moments where they're...
That's, no, you get that.
Yeah. Owen and I, the Brits of the pod,
you can shut up with that one.
We love England. God save the king, says Owen and I.
You know what?
But
you keep saying this, I'm going to say things that are going to get us in trouble.
As we...
Shane gives us a shrug so I can say what I want. Great.
But
Max gives us a shake of the head. He's worried
Think
now.
about the partner.
Well, Max should do that before joining in the agitation.
Oh,
should have put that
Ricardo
one away.
Pep. No, that's just Ricardo Pepi. You know, I love Ricardo Pepi. I've been on the Pepi train for about 5 years now. But my God,
Well,
when we're on a
Rees,
U.S.
Rees,
men's national
you want a
team
guy
shirt,
who misses shots like that? Can I interest you in the Mexican national team, my friend?
Well, he could have played for them.
Ricardo Pepi, one of his strengths is his movement in and around the box,
Yeah.
but it's going
You got to finish it.
You got to be able to finish. You got to at least put on frame
We've seen
minimum.
that in Copa Americas. It's just it's so frequent for him, and I wonder if there's just that block in his mind, where he overthinks it in this shirt because he has underachieved in it compared to what he should be delivering.
Yeah.
Australia next. I was wondering who they play next.
I was going to say, when we look at the other fixtures in this group, Australia, Turkey. Ooh, that might be on.
Turkey,
That might be on. Might be. Ooh, but Turkey, yes.
Not convincingly clear.
That's
That's a terrible effort.
I think it's a fixture schedule that bodes well for the U.S. Not because, if there's an order that you would have aligned it would have been this one, where you going into that final match day against Turkey that you'll probably be in a good spot. You're not depending on that.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, you might.
I don't like
7
the way he
minutes
hits
It might
it
be.
down there.
Might be an.
Yeah.
My first thought that feels like an injury frustration. Ooh, yeah.
Are you? Oh, Gio
He's still
Reyna.
down. He's.
Oh, we finally get to see if he's onside from the goal 20 minutes ago. Cheers, FIFA. I do think the FIFA World League does a really good job, but sometimes it's just so ridiculous.
It is. Normally, I got very used to in the last World Cup seeing the semi-automated offside pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't like that it's quite delayed now. I understand that wasn't the immediate decision, so it's a little bit different maybe to put it in the replay, but you'd get it normally a bit sooner than that. I don't need to see it right now,
Yeah, I've kind of moved
I mean,
on.
to be fair,
I've
the
accepted
alternative is, as I've gotten...
Ooh, good one,
that's
too.
not a bad little one, too, there.
Heavy. Ooh!
Can't clear their lines. Genuinely, that looked
I did not
woeful.
like Anthony Robinson sticking his boot
Nope,
that high.
didn't like that.
Oh.
Ooh,
Charlie Dennis,
silky.
anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, Charlie Dennis did it after a terrible first touch both times.
True.
And that one was just...
I love the
Same
overlaps
combo.
and underlaps
Love
the
that,
fullbacks
yeah.
have been playing today.
There we go. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I had it out. I can't remember the point I was about to make now, unfortunately. I've lost that one. Oh, wait, no, I've got it, yeah. The one thing I will say on the semi-automated being showed that late, it could be worse, because I know that you, Rees, much like myself, and much like yourself, Max, have watched more than enough USL games where guys try their darndest to get every single possible
Yes.
replay or silly camera angle in when the game doesn't have time for it. And then you come back and go, how did the ball get there?
Yeah.
Kind of like Fox when they took a commercial during a hydration break in that opening game,
It was fun. Good little jump there, Tyler.
Hey, should we hold that for a minute now and just see,
Yeah.
Apparently that's the precedent we're setting now.
As we're going to get into...
My God, that boot.
Ooh, yikes.
Risky.
Is...
I mean, not only is that just a dumb thing to do in the 93rd minute of a 3-1 win,
Yeah.
if the U.S. plays a game without Anthony Robinson,
You're worried a bit, yeah.
I mean, what, you got
totally concerned.
you're either putting Joe Scally or Sergino Dest over on that side who can deputize, And then you bring in Tim Way. I don't love it. I don't love it.
Again, what did I say at halftime? Don't do anything dumb.
Yeah.
That felt like something that could have very easily been dumb.
No, it was dumb. It just didn't have the consequences that.
He was lucky. He was lucky.
Something to try to, as we're trying to see kind of the trends that U.S. can take into these subsequent matches and anything to look for in these future games. If they are able to keep winning these second balls, compounding that pressure, as well as their fullbacks having this seeming motor of being able to overlap and underlap where they've been playing some beautiful 1-2s, a better end ball in the final third. Honestly, this could be an even more of a blowout of a match, but that's a very encouraging sign. If you're kind of hunting for where this team needs to be careful for in not only these later group stage matches, but also ideally into the knockouts, Rees, anything that we can take from this match?
I think you almost covered everything there. I think, one thing to really compliment, though, is, the work rate, but also the success in their work rate of this midfield. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, and even Sebastian Berhalter in his limited run in this game. I've been very just impressed by the coverage that they've continued to provide. Obviously Paraguay does score the 1 goal, but outside of that, how many times were there when the ball is being played on the ground, moments where the back line was actually threatened? And I really can't think of a whole many outside of the goal, and then of course that little weirdness going on in the first minute.
I think that is going to be the test. Is the midfield has done an incredible job of being able to keep the game in front of them and provide excellent cover, and that is due to just the talent that you get from the likes of Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. However, that is a big due to as well that Paraguay has just not had that outlet option, not only due to not having that center forward, that number 9, but also just every time they try to go long, they've been very predictable. So what I will be curious about as we see a U.S. attack unfolding and out for a throw-in is as we get into these later matches, as they come against better teams with more superior opposition, the U.S. defenders are going to be faced in more one-on-one situations where that cover that is provided by the midfield is going to get bypassed. Yeah. How do they react? Because we have not seen the U.S. defense in a lot of 1v1 kind of situations where they've had to defend in front of them. And when they have, the one time it really happened this match, they got exposed for a goal.
Yeah. I don't want to have too many concerns from this game, because it is a 3-1 win. U.S. were far the better side. But again, absolutely. I do see your point in the same way. I don't know.
I think what I'd say on that one is, again, you have to remember when the goal for Paraguay happened and what the score was at the time.
Yeah.
The idea that there may be a little bit of complacency setting in. Yes, you want to kind of stomp that out. Does actually conceding a goal in a moment like that actually stomp it out, right? And more importantly, when you really get challenged against teams that are going to really do you some damage, they're not going to have that complacency going in. So, I don't know. Again, it's been such a weird game in that I think Paraguay have offered nothing for a lot of the game. And part of that is because of how well the US has played in midfield. But you just take the positives. I think the negative side I'm not overly worried about, I don't think, from the US's perspective.
It's fair. Have a rip. Have a rip, son. Whoa! This is why you bring Gio Reyna. The Travella outside the boom curve. Wow!
That was absolutely disgusting. My God.
Gio Reyna with a pocket of space.
Oh, wow.
Look at that Travella. Ooh! Oh, my word. Wow. There were a lot of questions. A lot of questions being asked of why you put Gino Rea on this squad, and rightfully so. He did not have a club performance just based on that.
Because otherwise the Fed calls his dad. His dad calls the Fed, sorry.
Worthy of bringing.
But that's a good goal.
Like
that's a good goal.
Worthy of bringing on this squad
man.
just based on his club performances alone. But that is the reason
that's
why.
game.
That's the reason why you bring him, because no one else on the squad can do that.
I agree.
Quite consistently at that level. Pulling out of nothing. That's our final. Final score.
4-1.
USA 4. Paraguay 1.
Huge.
Massive. Massive. Scores again. You got the own goal to open things. Balogun with a brace with the second one of his, third overall coming right before halftime. Paraguay get one back about 10, 15 minutes into the beginning of the second half, but then Gio Reyna icing on the cake. Fourth goal, it ends 4-1. Guys, we're talking about a bit, kind of in the last handful of minutes as we get into stoppage time. We're now seeing the scoreline. We see the overall performance. I mean, listen, you tell any U.S. fan that, hey, you're going to win this match 4-1. Pretty comfortable. The goal, maybe a little bit of a complacency, wakes you up a bit. Pretty good afterwards. How do you feel?
Amazing.
I mean,
open the World Cup on a home soil with a 4-1 victory. There's nothing you can feel bad about.
As the USA champions throughout Philly.
Huge. That is huge.
I asked you both 10 minutes into this game if you take a 1-0 win, and you said yes.
Yeah.
And they won 4-1.
Not bad.
Massive.
I mean, what does that tell you?
That's massive for the moment.
Exactly. There you go.
This is now you're full of confidence going into the Australia game.
Yeah, I mean, again, listen, the people, the detractors, and you always want to try to bring it down a little bit to level and expectations. You have to face who in front of you.
Yeah.
Is this Paraguay side world beaters? No, absolutely not. Are they going to be of the caliber of what you look to face in the knockout rounds? Absolutely not. But you face who is in front of you, and outside of that goal that Paraguay scored in isolation, and maybe if you're being nitpicky, like the first minute where there was a threat, there really wasn't anything where you're looking at this Paraguay team and thinking, wow, we're kind of on the ropes here. Not even for a little bit, really.
I was a little bit disappointed with them because, they're a team who had come in as defensive juggernauts within CONMEBOL. And we talked a little bit about how it's a little bit fraudulent. CONMEBOL not the best attacking nations in world football in this day and age. But to concede 4 goals in the way they did, I mean, they just never looked to put, I was going to say Arsenal, put the U.S. at bay for even a moment then.
PTSD there, buddy.
Yeah.
Owen, anything else?
It's a good kind of PTSD.
Again, you'd have taken a 1-0 tonight. It wasn't a 1-0, it was 4-1.
Hell yeah, brother.
The vibes. Phillies on Scottsdale. It's wonderful. This is why we love This is why we love the World Cup. This is why we love watching the U.S. men's national team. The majority of us on this show, anyway.
When are we going to be live next, Max?
What's that?
When are we going to be live next?
We're going to be live.
For the World Cup, it's going to be on Thursday next week.
It is. It's going to be next week. We are back at it. We got our PHNX World Cup watch party. Mexico taking on the Korean Republic. That's going to be at Backyard Desert Ridge, Thursday, June 18th, 6 p.m. kickoff. And then, of course, it's back on Friday, 1 week from today, noon kickoff. Phillies on Priest. Okay, a couple different Phillies locations. Make sure to go to gophnx.com/events to get all the details. Again, the U.S. will play Australia Friday, June 19th, a week from today, 12 p.m. kickoff. Phillies on Priest. One more time, gophnx.com/events for free sign up for all that information. You got to shout out as well our partners for helping to make all of this happen.
Before that, sing along, Max.
Is that a copyright infringement? Good times never seem so
Actually,
good.
before we get the...
So good!
Okay. All right, get us out of here, Max.
Right, before we do the partners quickly as well, just a reminder that myself and Rees are making a lovely road trip this weekend out to El Paso
I guess we do have an
for
actual
Phoenix
pod.
Rising. And Phoenix Rising will be playing El Paso Locomotive tomorrow. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at PHNX__rising for updates from El Paso. And we got our pod on Tuesday to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Now.
Yes, if you guys are tuning in for strictly U.S. and Mexico watch-alongs, we'll be doing that throughout the tournament. If you are watching and you are a fan of what we're doing here for this coverage, we do have a PHNX Rising show live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you are a fan of making it more fun to be a diehard Arizona sports fan for all of our different coverage of the teams in Arizona, we have a team for you. PHNX Suns, PHNX Cardinals, PHNX D-backs, PHNX Sun Devils, AZ Wildcats, PHNX Rising, as mentioned, PHNX Mercury, Southwest Bias. We have a show for everything, so please make sure to follow along at the different socials, PHNX_, insert the team name, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, we have it all there. Shout out our partners one more time for helping to make these events happen. Casamigos, Buchanan's, and Don Julio 1942. Wherever you're celebrating, make sure you're enjoying one in hand. Enjoy responsibly. Shout out our friends over at Michelob Ultra. They are the official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026, as well as the U.S. men's national team with a resounding victory. As we get out of here one more time, watch parties next week. Go to gophnx.com/events to see where all of those are happening. In the meantime, follow our show at PHNX_Rising, double the underscore.
Double the goals for the U.S.
There we go.
Double the goals for the U.S. Quadruple the goals for the U.S. Follow us as well on our main umbrella platform at PHNX_sports, not just on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, TikTok, wherever you get your socials, PHNX_sports, and that can navigate you to pretty much everything else that we are doing. You can follow me on Twitter at Max David Simpson. You can follow Owen on Twitter at OJ Evans 18. You can follow Rees on Twitter at Rees Goodall. You can follow the mustache behind the brand redacted computer who sat through us through multiple hours. Thank you, Mr. Mustache. Shane D. Follow him on Twitter. I think he just put a symbol, either that or I'm hallucinating. It's been a long day. We are going to be back here on our PHNX Rising podcast Tuesday at 6 p.m. Watch-alongs next week, Thursday 6 p.m., Friday at noon. Join us there. Join us in person. The World Cup is here. It's a beautiful time, and it's way more beautiful of a beautiful game. But it's way more beautiful when the U.S. men's national team kicks some ass, 4-1 win. Let's go. Good night.